Yeah, your cell phone quality is pretty fucking decent as far as cameras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can get like
It
decent,
doesn't even
you
have to
know.
be. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't even have to be the iPhone. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Like any shitty
I'm
cell
saying,
phone,
yeah, you can
it's
get like
still
decent.
got
It
a
doesn't
decent
even have to
camera in it
be.
now.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
we gone live and it works. Everything is functioning correctly except my brain.
Nice.
I may have baked
Yeah,
like
fucking.
11 dozen cookies this morning because
Oh
somebody doesn't
shit.
pay enough attention to how many cookies a batch of cookie dough makes and would never have made that
Oh
many
yeah.
cookies if he realized it would have made substantially less cookie dough.
And damn, how many batches did you make?
I made one batch of chocolate chip cookies, one batch of molasses crinkles, and a double batch of snickerdoodle cookies. I would have definitely gone with not a double batch on that, and maybe even like a half
Yeah.
batch on the chocolate chip cookies, because that was more of an experiment anyway. I wanted to see what happened if you made chocolate chip cookie dough, right? But you didn't put in the chocolate chips, and instead you just put it around a chocolate kiss and then baked it in the oven.
Oh yeah.
And that just
Yeah, I
turned
remember you
into
talking about that.
a boob. You get a very round cookie with a big Hershey's Kiss nipple in the middle of it. And the few that I put in sideways instead of like top, bottom down and top pointing up on the pan, in the orientation of the pan, I put in sideways just to see if that'd be easier to cover it with the cookie dough and be like a little less finicky. Number one, that's just fucking obnoxious to do. Like, unwrap a chocolate kiss for every single cookie and push it into the dough and then use the spoons to put it around and put it on the... Like, I would never do that with chocolate chip cookie dough. Again, I'd use sugar cookie dough or something firmer. It's
You feel
just
like you're doing
obnoxious.
some kind of artist work, dude?
Yeah, it just gets really annoying after a very short period of time. And it was really funny because the sideways ones looked even more like nipples in the middle of a boob, like, because it just wasn't quite as pointy.
Damn, dude.
So yeah, it
Well,
was.
did they turn out decent as far as eating them, or?
Oh yeah, no, they taste fine. And to be fair, I don't really. I had fun doing it. I joke about it, but it was fun doing it. I didn't really care if it worked or not.
Yeah, it was
I'll
worth a
try
shot.
something else another time. In like 6 months, I might try making some sugar cookie dough and doing that again and see if it works better.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm not super. Yeah, it was kind of entertaining. And then there were like, I made 2 dozen of those. And after the first dozen came out, I was like, well, I'm not going to make another dozen of these. So I just put like the last 9 cookies worth, I just added chocolate chips. So we got some regular, 9 regular chocolate chip cookie doughs and 2 dozen boob cookies. And they all taste fine. They all taste like chocolate chip cookies. You got to take a really big bite to get to the chocolate, in the Hershey's Kiss ones.
Yeah, did the kisses melt or did they stay formed?
No, they stayed completely formed. Yeah, they didn't melt out of shape at all.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
No, it was pretty fucking funny. Yeah. At the end of the day, it was pretty fucking funny.
Actually, now that I think about it, when people do the Hershey Kiss isn't melted. When they put it just on top of it or whatever. Although I always figured they put them in like at the very end or something. I didn't think they actually cooked them.
My sister was saying that the way she's seen it done on YouTube, they actually poke their thumb in when the fucking cookie is out of the oven, and just put the Hershey's Kiss in after it's baked.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, if it's exposed like that, I can't imagine it doesn't melt.
So yeah, they just make the impression for the Hershey's Kiss right after it comes out of the oven and press it in, or maybe they just press the Hershey's Kiss in. I don't know. While the dough is still really soft.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
but that's not what I was aiming for. See, that would have had visible chocolate. What I was aiming for was cookie on the outside, chocolate in the middle, no visible chocolate. Yeah. So you get that sugar cookie look, and then you take a bite, and you're like, oh, there's a sweet little chocolatey center in the middle. And I think I can do that, but I'd have to shape them entirely different, and I'd have to use just really regular sugar cookie dough. And just, put little chocolate chips in the middle, or even take like bars of chocolate, like Hershey's chocolate bars, and break out like a couple of those little rectangles and put those in the middle with the dough around it in like a disc.
Nice.
So it can actually form that cookie shape, and that would probably work better for what I want.
Yeah.
So I think that's, but it was fun doing what I did, and sometimes shit doesn't work. Who cares?
It's worth a shot, dude.
It can't work if you don't try it, So you got to try it and see if it works.
Yeah. Like you said, it's definitely worth a shot, man.
Yep, and delicious cookies resulted either way. So you still have cookies at the end of the day. Oh, Satan's on. No, I don't see him in the chat or anything, but he's on Discord. It's like, oh, hey, what's up, homie? Haven't seen that dude in a while. He's like, working and earning money and stuff.
Yeah, I think he liked us too much, and he was afraid of his feelings.
Afraid of his feelings?
Yeah, that's why he stopped coming around. He's like, I hate everybody, man. I like these guys. So I need to run away.
Some people are worthy of hate. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Soros, those people are worthy of hate, I would say.
Yeah.
They deserve the hatred that they get from so many people. Until they pay me and tell me to shut up, because, they're worried about even the small audience having the reality spoken to them. Satan says, bitch, I have what? I don't think he believes that he has feelings. You guys are going to have to fight that out. I think gladiator style, but with pool noodles instead of swords.
I love you, Satan.
Yeah, can we get you both in a kiddie swimming pool full of KY jelly with pool noodles to fight that one out? That might. Then we could be on Twitch, because I think that's allowable on Twitch, right? I'm not sure. Twitch has got weird rules.
Yeah, well, if we claim we're women, we could also say we're beginning to transition, and that we're women, and then it'll be fine.
Oh God, yeah, then it would be sexist not to allow you guys to wrestle in KY jelly in a child's pool.
Yeah, I'd be like, I dare you to ban me. I'm going to sue you for sexual discrimination or gender discrimination, whatever.
I like this plan, especially if we get to sue people and make money off of it. Like, then I'm doubly in it.
Yeah, foolproof.
Oh! So I found this product through this other podcast with like entertaining people that I listen to, as opposed to us talking. And they sell, it's called Lock and Load, and it's a product that's supposed to make your load bigger when you come. Like you take pills. Now that's dumb enough on its own. Because I'm sure it's possible to do it. I would sincerely doubt that a $50 a month bottle of pills, because it's like 27 days or something. Because it's like you take 9 fucking pills a day or some shit.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So they gave you like it's a 30-day supply or something? Yeah, it's 30-day supply for like $49. Which is, it's 9 pills is a fucking lot.
Jesus, dude.
The reviews are fucking amazing. Aside from the few people who are like, this doesn't actually make you come more, don't waste your money.
Right.
the other reviews are great. Let's see. My wife divorced me after I left her a super physiological load on her face. I'm at the peak of my trend cycle and nearly drowned her in cum. She said she doesn't feel safe with me anymore due to how much cum I'm shooting. Would Def recommend the product to those looking for high volume loads?
Who the fuck wants more? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I apparently have a porn star level of jizz, dude, so
I'm
I remember
sure
Robert
it
Schimmel
varies
making
from
this
person
joke.
to person. Let's see.
No, when I do, it's an amount that apparently the girls feel a need to fucking comment on, dude.
Yeah.
Without, I'm not asking
For more. This is one of those things where
I'm saying I'm not asking them if that's a huge load or not. They feel the need to fucking share it.
Fair enough. What is it? Satan satires to shut up, keep it up, and I'll forcefully marry you instead of the fat Canadian. Oh no. Let's see. This one says, I bought these for my boyfriend and they absolutely had exceeded my expectations. Let me just reiterate how many rounds we could go in one night. I recommend for every girl to buy these for their boyfriend and you won't be disappointed. Notice none of the product claims that you'll have more orgasms or be able to come multiple times in one session of fucking. It's just supposed to make your load bigger. But I like that this totally random thing. Let's see. Oh, somebody left a couple that are the same. It's very similar. Let's see. Holy beans, Batman. That was a fat load. I haven't had such a mess since I was back in the USSR naval base. My loads have been ginormous and godlike, leaving my victims painted almost entirely white. The loads are nonstop and fun to surprise your victims. I can't believe the amount of jizz exiting my body. Where did it come from? I gotta give it to the RSK squad on improving my load quality. Thanks, guys. We'll buy again.
Dude, I kind of want to leave a review that says that I just so much that the girl charged me with assault.
Well, the one where he almost drowned his wife and she divorced her.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing.
One goes for simplicity. You ever seen Scary Movie? Yeah, like that. Great product. I'm looking for some fun ones here. Oh, here. Let me quote my girl for you, and then it puts in quotation marks. I thought I was drowning. In case Satan wants to throw $50 away. Here we go. Oh, he says your big load was because you only get touched once a century and it tends to build up. But in case Satan wants to try and confuse some other poor girl as to whether or not he pissed down her throat instead of came down her throat, there's a link to the amazing supplement Lock and Load that makes your jizz loads bigger. Let's see.
I mean, I get laid often, but I jerk off constantly.
Yeah. I mean, are there people that don't jerk off on a regular basis? It seems unhealthy.
There's people that claim to not jerk off. I don't.
Oh, that's right. I knew that guy I knew in fucking high school and then through college was. He used to say that he claimed he never jerked off. It made him uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's some kind of weird repression, I would imagine. Maybe not. Sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't think he I'm sure he masturbated. That just sounded like nonsense. Let's see. This shit gave my girl rabies. This is the best product ever. My girl hasn't been able to talk because of all the hot seed coming out of me and into her mouth. I've never seen someone with so much cum in their mouth, and I've seen dirty dumpster sluts 3. I feel like she might need a rabies shot after all that white stuff coming out of her mouth. We'll continue to buy until I die.
So there's no legitimate. Yeah, the only legitimate reviews are the ones that say it don't work.
I'm assuming so. I genuinely don't buy that. You take this fucking product and you're gonna have these like huge increase in your loads. I think there's probably ways to do that, but I would trust like a doctor instead of trusting like 2 random dudes on a fucking podcast. One of whom has literally takes so many pills that they don't eat lunch.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, you remember the FPS Russia guy?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, so that guy, Kyle, is his name. He went to prison for like 6 months. Ooh, 6 whole months, and he won't shut the fuck up over it. For weed, for possession of marijuana. It turned into a federal thing, and they got him for 6 months. Mind you, this fool had like a fucking like was it like half a pound? So he's probably extremely lucky he only got 6 months in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, if you're like have that amount, you're basically, easily charged with trafficking, intent to sell or whatever.
A lot of fucking years onto the sentence. So he got 6 months. He got off pretty lucky altogether because I guess they couldn't get him on state charges, so they went after him federally or whatever. I mean, he shouldn't have gone to jail for weed anyway, but I'm just like, it's 6 months ago, buddy. Just stop crying. And he's like super into like just getting extreme with everything. Like you saw him on FPS Russia. That was all a fake accent and everything anyway. He's a good old boy from Georgia. But he takes like all these supplements. Dude. He injects like testosterone into himself. He does ridiculous things. He talks about it. He's like, it's like a full fistful of supplements that he takes every day, 3 times, 4 times a day. And he has no idea which ones work. He just, takes them all because he's just so used to it now. He doesn't want to like lose any of the benefits from the few things that probably are doing anything.
Right. Fucking fool.
Yeah.
That's funny. I had no idea he wasn't actually Russian. I haven't watched a huge amount of the videos, but that's fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he and one of the other guys who's just like a regular office worker were like, oh, so you can increase your load if you take the right thing or whatever, according to bodybuilders, when they take certain supplements, like their load gets bigger. So they just started taking all of that together and just, experimenting with the different amounts. So maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I don't really care.
Yeah. That's a fucking crazy thing to fucking... I guess there's chicks out there that want a gigantic load dumped on them, dude.
I'm sure there's chicks that are just as into it as guys would be happier with bigger loads. Or hey, you know what? If you worked in porn, you'd probably definitely want to increase your load size if at all possible.
Yeah.
Peter North got such a career because became like a household name because he was like a fucking fire hose. Just ridiculous amounts of cum all over these girls. So other than that, guys are usually just random background dudes that never make any money. So. Because it's not hard to find a lot of guys who are like, so do you want to fuck this hot chick for like $50? Yeah, I mean, and then the counter offer, they'd be like, no, I'd do it for less. It's cool. Just don't throw me out. Like.
God damn, dude.
But I thought I'd share the product there. We don't have any products of our own. Nobody's trying to fucking advertise on this podcast. So, right. I'm sure I'm not helping their sales, unfortunately, but
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny though. The fact, yeah. The fucking parody review shit is pretty fucking funny, dude. And not just on that product, but like on any, you know what I mean? There's always
there's some stuff on is it sugar-free gummy bears? I think it is. I think it's sugar-free gummy bears because there's one of the fake sugars that they do the sweetening with for products that are like sugar-free. Just will make you just shit for fucking hours. It's ridiculous. And it's in most diabetic candies. So like if you buy diabetic candy, eat like 1 or 2 pieces of small pieces of candy and then stop. You don't want to eat more. It will fuck you up. Because it's fermented sugar. It's like a weird sugar alcohol fermented product that I'm not sure how they make it, but it continues to ferment in your intestines, and therein lies the problem. You know, because it expands and there's gases and yeah, it starts getting fucking gross. But I found that out when I was doing keto and doing all the like the fake sugars and stuff like that to make things. Because at first I was like, oh, I can just buy like, you know, a diabetes friendly Reese's cup and eat one of those, and I won't have any sugar, but I'll still get that, you know, sweet fix for my you know, when I'm really craving sugar, when I'm trying to go all like no sugar on keto. And it's, you know, they're all right. They taste not too different from regular candies, but then you eat like 2 of them and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go spend the next hour in the bathroom making sure that I never want to eat another one of those.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be like a feeling able to eat like 1 or 2. Fuck that. I don't want to eat any.
Well, I mean it's not terrible. I mean 1 or 2 is what you should normally have as far as like eating like a Reese's peanut butter cup. They come in that little packages of 2, right? I mean that's what you would normally have.
That's what you would normally have.
All right, fair enough.
I buy bags of them and eat like 6 to 8 at a time.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, no, that would definitely not go well for you if you did that with the diabetic candy. Number one, it's super expensive, so the like 6 to 8 of those would cost at least 2 to 3 times what you would normally spend on the regular ones.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yep. And also, really, like at the end of the day, like the sugar's not great for you, but keto's not the best choice either. If you're paying, and really the main thing I think that changes with all these fad diets, and I fell victim to that keto one, is that you're paying attention to the amount of calories you're eating. More than you would normally pay attention to, even if you're not looking specifically for calories. Like in keto, you're just looking for sugar, but you're still actually reading the back of all the products you eat and going like, oh wow, that's, you know, 5 carbs and 7,000 calories per serving. God no. And you just, you know, move on.
Right.
Oh man, I have to share this. I watched a van tour for like a minute or 2, and I had to stop because they were describing how they met, which I don't understand why they were describing how they met, because I don't fucking care. I'm there to see how their van is put together. And I don't really give a shit about them, like at all. But they were seeking employment in the comedic arts, and I was like, and that's how to know you'll never get a job in comedy. They weren't joking, they were serious, and there was not any sort of break from the like, oh yeah, we were seeking employment in the comedic arts. Like, you're waiting for the punchline and it just never comes, and you realize like they're unintentionally their own punchline. Wow, that's either very meta or they're just not fucking funny.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
it makes it tough, you know, to get a job in comedy when you're not funny.
Yeah, no, that'd be really difficult. Yeah, people are like, well, I'd hire you to be at this stand-up stage, but nobody's gonna laugh, and that seems to be the opposite of my goal. Like, I want happy customers, not angry, sad customers. Oh my god. Yeah. I think the world is done, man. We need to just fucking hit the reset button. Have you seen the VTubers? This shit is hilarious. People are like, because it was bad enough that they're giving these like random chicks in like skimpy outfits and stuff money on Twitch, but this is just like people pretending to be anime girls are getting like tons of money on Twitch now. I think it's been going on for a while. I think it's a new thing.
Right.
Oh, just a second, somebody's banging on my door.
All right. Hopefully it's not a fire again, dude. That would suck. All right. Weird electrical smell that you fear could lead to a fire.
Sorry about that. Somebody needed a screwdriver.
All right. I was afraid it was going to be some weird electrical smell that was going to, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that turned out to be a light fixture. They took the fixture out entirely. We threw it away. It's gone. The smell got so much worse while I was just like going back and forth from here and to the point where it's filling the house.
Oh,
so
wow,
it was definitely like imminent. It was a good thing the fire department came out and checked for the source of the electrical burning and took care of it. And we didn't even use that fixture anymore. It was broken. Like it didn't even put out light. So kind of our own fault for being stupid enough to leave it up there knowing it was broken, plugged in, and turned on.
Right.
Yeah, so our own fault, really.
Indeed. Well, at least it didn't actually turn into a fire. That would have fucking sucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these fucking VTubers, it's nutty. What gets me is like you'll see clips of them telling people to like fucking take their clothes off and shit. I'm like, this doesn't seem Twitch friendly.
Yeah, it's tacit approval. They don't actually say it's okay, but they don't do anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's softcore porn essentially.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't object if they were marketing that to adults, but a lot of these people are fucking like 13 spending their parents' credit card money. I'm sure.
Nah. Yeah, any of that shit's fucking weird, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, they're all...
Just don't understand giving money to these bitches. And certainly not to the fucking crazy extent that they do.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand why anybody gives them money. Like, one of the things I've noticed is, because I'm a mod on that stupid OnlyFans leak thing, I'm probably going to leave that server. Since you leave me and my daddy's credit card alone. I'm a mod on the OnlyFans servers. None of the OnlyFans girls look that great. If I'm being honest, man, they're all kind of like pretty fucking
average
or mediocre.
Yeah, average at best. Yeah, it's fucking bizarre, dude.
And people are paying them, thousands of dollars a month altogether. I mean, I guess if you get $20 here and $15 there, it really adds up. But still, it's just like there's a few of them that are kind of hot, but the vast majority are just average looking, mediocre. And then like here's the other thing, like they're putting out like a 30-second video.
Right.
Like why are you gonna pay for like even $5 a month for like a 30-second clip? What are you gonna do with that? Watch it like 5,000 times to jerk off? I mean, just on repeat for like an hour? Oh my god, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, me neither, man. It's fucking really bizarre.
Because like if it's a 30-second clip, it just makes more sense to just get a picture at that point. Like just take a picture. You're wasting less time. Like I don't know. That whole thing is silly, but whatever. People are going to pay money for it. I guess people are going to keep doing it.
Yeah. I'll never understand it, but fucking happens.
I say they should institute a law that's retroactive, where those chicks got to go blow everybody that's given them more than $500.
Yeah, that would be fun, dude. Yeah,
it's either that
like this would be interesting.
Full service, baby.
Dude, this would be interesting, dude. They have to either blow all those guys, or they have to give the money back. And I guarantee you, they're gonna blow those guys.
Oh yeah, well they're gonna want to give the money back.
Yeah, that's fucking spent and gone.
But that would be fucking funny though.
Yeah, I would just love them being like filming them being confronted with that choice would be fucking priceless, dude.
Yes.
And just having the camera on them and like, all right, here's what you got to do. You have to either blow the guys, and she's like, no way. And then they're like, or give your money back. And they're like, all right.
I guess. To be clear, I've never given these chicks any amount of money, so this is not for my own benefit that I'm advocating this. This is purely for the point of I just want to see the chaos unfold and people like fucking crying and hating life and acting like crazy people over it. I just want the chaos. I want to see the blood in the street.
I hear you.
But that'd be fucking hilariously entertaining.
It would be really fun to watch, dude.
You could have like they could have like parties where all the guys get together, you know, and have a party over like yeah we're going. Satan is out there says, yeah, Stabby, me too. So, dude, you don't understand, Satan. I don't got enough money to be giving bitches money. That's just not. I don't make that much money. Emily subs to her OnlyFans to read the articles. I moderate an OnlyFans leak. Why would I pay for stuff that I see for free all the time? Actually, that I don't really want to see. To be fair, I really don't. Just a lot of it's kind of dumb. Because there's a lot of chicks that put out stuff where it's just them in like bathing suits. It's not even like naked or porn quality of any kind. It's just like they just put out little videos of them like dancing in a fucking bikini or something, and you're like, man, people pay that chick $15 a month. They're fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's fucking. It really is fucking nuts.
That's one of the ones that really gets me. Yeah, the non-nude OnlyFans people who just do like cheeky lingerie and bathing suit shots, and you're like, I kind of want to shoot all the people that are paying her. You know, just like, can we just line them out of their
fucking misery?
Line them up and put them out of our misery.
I was gonna say sterilize them because to prevent them from breeding, but they ain't breeding. You know what I mean? Any dude that's paying that money is probably not getting a whole lot of action.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the people that they get mad at the guys that buy the real dolls. It's like, wouldn't you rather they just stick to the doll than potentially end up, finding some drunk chick who's willing to let them attempt to breed? Like, isn't it better to have them just satisfy themselves with their real dolls in the privacy of their home where we don't have to deal with any of it?
I swear to God, I'm not hovering over that purchase button right now.
If they made sex robots, all of us would be buying them. There'd be no man in the world who wouldn't be like, you mean I could replace this obnoxious bitch with a robot? Yes. Satan is extremely happy you're here, sir. I'm certain he's waving a flag with a certain part of his anatomy at this point. I apologize. There's nothing I can do.
I won't be fat for too much longer. This fucking diet thing is melting off like fast. I'm more scared I'm going to be all fucking saggy.
What's the diet? Is it full on keto?
Oh, more like low carb because I haven't quite kicked.
You're like a rational human. You get that cocoa habit from the Canadian.
Yeah, the hot chocolate's it's like my kryptonite right now. But everything else is going pretty well. Although it'll be hit or miss because Christmas is coming up and we got like turkey and stuffing and pie and all.
We're not doing a big Christmas dinner at my place, but I did make 11 dozen cookies because I didn't fucking read how much a batch of cookies made. So that there's probably a good 2 or 3 times as many as I'd intended.
Yeah, we haven't made ours yet at my house, dude. Me and my son every year will make a double batch of the chocolate chip cookies with the milk chocolate chips, and then a double batch of the oatmeal cookies with the butterscotch chips. And we were supposed to do it yesterday, but we kind of forgot. Plus, my back has been fucking killing me, dude, for like 5 days straight. Like, I just wasn't up to it. Now, we're going to try to do it either tonight or actually do it tomorrow, like, early or something.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. No, it's a pain, dude, but goddamn, dude, those cookies are good. Yeah, if you've never tried the oatmeal cookies or the butterscotch chips, dude, give it a try, dude. They're fantastic. Scotchies.
Hey, you guys want to stream over a gaming thing? He seems to be all by his lonesome.
Oh no, I'm good right now.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
He almost died last night. You know, I'm sure he needs a moment of silent
What happened?
reverie. Well, you know, it got down to 69 degrees. It was so cold. You know, he almost got frostbite. Did you see his Discord where he was freaking out, man? I told him if he needed to burn the furniture to stay warm.
He's not used to things. He's lost so much weight. He's like, is it supposed to be this cold?
Oh, it's there you go. Yeah, fat insulates you. That's true. You get that insulation.
Well,
yeah, I don't know why Satan hates gaming now, but he does apparently.
Yeah. Well, okay. Wow. That's his thing.
Yeah. Legitimately, or just his normal level of hatred?
That's a good question, because Satan kind of does hate really, really well.
Yeah, it's kind of like the main thing he does.
Like a hobby.
It's kind of his thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be an interesting hobby.
Probably.
I can't engage in it because I'm a white dude, and they get mad when you start wearing that ghost outfit and hating people.
I mean, it's okay if it's Halloween, right? Probably. We had some excitement the other day when the big machine came over the plow. Sorry, came over to plow the snow in our little cul-de-sac, and no one knew this was happening. So everyone's fucking mad scrambling to get their vehicles out of the way. This machine just pulls right on up and it's about to get to work, and the guy said, "Yeah, I'll give you a few minutes to get your vehicles out before I start working." We're like, "Fuck."
Oh damn! It's always nice when they don't give you enough of a heads up, you know.
Well, I mean, I got to briefly meet all my neighbors, so because we moved here, so it's new. So everyone's out there. We're like, "Oh, hey, good luck."
So you got to see all your neighbors to assess which ones you would eat in case of emergency? You're like, if it gets too cold and we can't get to the store, which one of these fuckers would make the best steaks?
Probably.
It's an important step in learning and getting into a new neighborhood. You got to figure out who you'd cannibalize first.
I suppose. It's not a thought that comes in my head, but if I get hungry enough, maybe.
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to wait till you're too hungry to make a good decision. You want to make sure that when you get to that level, you've already prepared yourself and you know where to go. You should also have some, some tools and some trash bags and, all that kind of good stuff. Oh, it's Mr. Steak.
Yeah, you kind of assess them. You assess them based on like their fat content and like how many guns they have, if any. Oh, it's Canada. They don't have any guns. What am I thinking?
That is Canada, yeah.
Or am I mistaking that with Australia?
No, Australia is the one with the concentration camps for COVID patients.
We have them too. We just call them hotels.
Oh, that's pretty grotesque.
Yeah.
That's pretty
COVID
creepy.
motel.
Well, I tend to wonder to myself, like, why are these hotels agreeing to this? But then I realize, oh yeah, they've stopped all the.
What other business are they gonna get?
Exactly. They do still have people come into the hotel, like regular customers. That does happen. It's just that it's at reduced capacity. So.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, hotels in general need to probably maintain a much higher capacity than the reduced one, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure they got to fill up at least half their rooms to be profitable.
Yeah, and it also doesn't help that a lot of these hotels, if you look at it, a lot of them are owned by China. So I'm like, okay, so why is it that all the COVID hotels are China hotels? That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah,
So,
really.
I guess it explains why they invested in them. They're like, we know this COVID thing's coming because we're setting it off, obviously.
Yeah, well, and then
Tie up all the hotels.
Why were like all the potential treatments like blocked in so many places? You know, like why were people having to order like these medications over the internet in order to get like actual COVID treatment?
Yeah,
you know, you gotta buy it's horse paste. Well, it's not really horse paste. It's, you know, it's a fucking antiviral that's been used all over the globe and has won a Nobel Prize for human use. But you know, whatever.
Yeah.
but if you watch CNN, it's like, yeah, clearly it's horse paste.
Yeah, so but a lot of places you can't get that stuff unless you buy it like via the internet through really shady fucking sources. And then you don't get like a doctor who's, you know, dosing you properly so that you're not taking too much or too little for safety's sake, because some of these antivirals, you know, you don't want to take too much. So Satan not only promotes cannibalism, he has recipes, and he says, you know, whatever kind of wine you have works well with human.
Him and Bad Mailman should exchange tips.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, sometimes you just have to eat a neighbor. That's how you know the podcast has like really fat people on it, because they're like, I'm gonna fucking eat one of my neighbors. Oh shit, the window is open in my room. Maybe my neighbor can hear me. But not that neighbor. And if you're the neighbor that can hear me, you're safe. You're not on my list.
Man,
yeah, the other ones.
If you lived in an apartment building, you're screwed. Because if you have to resort to cannibalism, everyone's going to do the same thing. I can imagine a great big like 10-story apartment complex. It's like you install cameras. It's a fucking battle royale. Is what that is. The weak and elderly are going to go first, and then the young people are going to start fucking, you know, carving each other up.
Oh yeah, so there's this book series written by S.M. Sterling. The premise of the book series is electricity stops working and gas stops working and gunpowder stops working. And everything else is the same.
Stop working?
It just no longer combusts. Like it burns, but it burns slowly and not hot.
All right,
same with
that's a little
gasoline.
weird, but all right.
Gasoline no longer combusts in an explosive way. It no longer aerosolizes. It's fucking fantasy novel, dude. It's a fiction book. Get over it. Basically, the idea of modern tech stops working, but old tech starts working again. So everybody is just suddenly plunged back to the fucking Middle Ages, and all the big cities turn into like cannibal dens. Because there's no other fucking food, and you've got thousands upon thousands of people all in very close quarters. So, like, you know, like there will be like these places after years and years after this has happened, you know, where you don't want to go through where LA used to be because it's just a bunch of fucking cannibals living in a bunch of like hovels and fucking, you know, the fucked up remains of the city. And I'm like, that seems about right. You know, like, because if you're in a big city and you have no idea how to procure food, how to grow food, how to, like, you know, like, I don't know how to herd cattle. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, apparently a strong EMP at close proximity would actually fuck up gunpowder. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure where the guy's going. He's hinted at, like, how the whole thing stopped, but he hasn't actually explained why all the things have happened. To them, it's just a mysterious thing that occurred.
So it sounds to me like
kind of like the Book of Eli, dude.
Well, the Book of Eli was substantially after this was written, for sure. So,
yeah,
but it's a similar concept, yeah.
Sounds like a good excuse for me to start 3D printing a bunch of crossbows and keep them on hand.
Yeah. People made crossbows. They made, you know, they did hang gliders to get around and attack castles with, you know.
I didn't know about that.
You know, so you go in at night, everybody's dressed dark, and it's dark. There's no electric lighting, so it's not like they have spotlights on you.
Go figure.
So you get like 5 or 6 people over the castle wall. They can take the gatehouse and crank up the gate, unlock it.
All right, one could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's all fiction. I don't know if it would really work or not. That's just how it worked in the book. Like reality, you know, I'm sure somebody would probably shoot them down with a crossbow or something before they got anywhere near it. But it would all depend on the size of the castle and the amount of people involved and like how dark it really was. But it, for the most part, avoids going into any real magic. It's mostly just, you know, people having conflicts and the reshaping of communities into like countries and how much smaller that is because now it's, you know, how far can you get on a back of a horse in a day? You can't really control the entire United States without, you know.
Those who control the horses control the country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even then, the United States breaks up into like several dozen countries.
Yeah, and how long before they start killing the horses for food? You know what I mean?
Like they had to go find horses that had escaped. I think because most of the stuff that was in and around cities got eaten. If there was any like farms nearby to the cities, you know, all the cattle and crops would get, you know, eaten out of there. And so like the people that survived primarily were the ones that went as far out into the, you know, boonies as they could, started growing their own food, and also started killing all the people that started to come and take it. So there was a huge die-off. I'd say they probably, in the book series, within the first year or two of the change, had killed at least 60% of the people. The population had reduced by more than half, and then it proceeded to reduce even further, you know, throughout the rest of the series with more wars and stuff as people were establishing, you know, nations and countries, because, you know, the people in Oregon can't really tell the people in Texas what to fucking do anymore, you know? And the people in Texas are like, well, what are you going to do? You're not going to drop a bomb. There's no drones. Get fucked. like, what's that? I said no.
Like, if you want to attack us, I guess we'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, and we'll be here with our crossbows and our machetes, the same as you got. So you got, you know, best of luck to you. You know, so it was kind of an interesting. It was an interesting series. A lot of very enigmatic characters. So it's like a dozen books long, though. So if you ever want to read it, it goes for a long fucking time.
Yeah, the Wheel of Time was the last series I fucking tackled.
You actually read the books, or are you talking about the TV show?
No, I read the book. Well, I read the first book, and the rest were audiobooks. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't like Amazon. I wish they did it like fucking Netflix, where they just give the whole season out at once.
Oh yeah, I just canceled my Amazon Prime, which is just such a waste of fucking money. Because, you know, they deliver this stuff. They tell you, oh, you sign up for Prime and you'll get it the next day. And then, like, you know, 90% of the things you order, they're like, oh, yeah, well, I know when you clicked on buy, it said we'd get it tomorrow. But in reality, you're going to have to wait a week. And so it's like, all right, I'm not paying you this money for fucking not any difference in shipping times.
Yeah, it's the supply chain issues. Why not?
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that they actually can't do all the stuff they say they can do.
Yeah, because I'm not giving them extra money to fail to deliver on their promise is all I care about. That, and I'm trying to get off ordering from Amazon anyway. I don't want to keep fucking throwing money at them.
Yeah, I hear you.
Especially because 90% of the stuff I'm sure I don't fucking really need anyway.
Yeah. Although you can get pretty much anything.
Well, okay. There are some things that are like Amazon exclusives, and those you can't really help. You pretty much have to get them. Everything else, yeah, you can find on the internet. There are other places. I mean, a lot of people tend to forget that eBay is still a thing, and that's technically a store as well.
Yeah, and then if you search on the right web search engines, like you don't go to Google, you can find a lot of places that'll sell a lot of other shit. You can even find the cheap Chinese shit if you go to the right places.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me. So, the first time ever, I placed a bid on something on eBay. Usually, whenever I go on there, I just do a buy it now because I don't really want to,
deal with the nonsense.
Yeah, because it just feels like a bit much. And then this is one of those things on a whim. I thought, yeah, okay, why not? And I surprisingly I won it today. So I guess I gotta dish you out some money, which was weird because the actual item itself it was like $8, but the shipping and handling alone was like $30-some. So I'm like, fuck, paid more in shipping.
Oh damn! Where'd you have to get it from? China or like Australia or something?
California.
Wow, that's a lot of fucking money to ship. Was it heavy?
Well, no, it's a fucking Transformer toy.
That's really weird. That's a lot of fucking money to ship to fucking Canada.
Well, it's not the first time I experienced this. There was another one I got from San Francisco, and that was also $30 shipping and handling as well. I'm like, God, it's the shipping and handling internationally. Like, that's the one thing that makes me hesitant about doing like a an Indiegogo, like start up a comic and sell it. Because I'm like, God, if I did it here and I have to ship to the States, let's say I did like a $15 comic, the shipping and handling alone is just through the moon.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would be pretty expensive.
Well, I'm waiting to hear because a lot of those indie comic developers they've been growing in popularity, and some people because they have the same thing shipping internationally, going to like the UK or Australia. So they're thinking about starting up a company to help them do that. So they'll just do one big shipment, and then this distributor company will just do it their way. They'll mail it off locally instead of going through the nonsense of the shipping, which is what a lot of the bigger businesses do. They just do one big bulk shipment, and then they just send it off that way. So I'm waiting to hear I'm waiting to hear how that turns out because this other way is stupid.
Well, I also wonder why you couldn't just do a what do you call it? Digital comic as opposed why make it a physical copy?
Well, two reasons. One, a digital comic it can easily be reproduced and distributed online. So I mean they're going to do it anyways. But if you did a scan version, it's less because you send out hard copies. The other thing is that a lot of people who buy these comics like to hold them for a collector's value, and then there's resellability, and so you can't resell a digital comic, but you can resell a physical comic.
Okay. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
I got I paid $15 for like an Indiegogo comic, and by the time it reached me, it already tripled in value. So I paid $15 for it. It's worth about $60 now. That's how much is so having this physical copy. If I want to sell it, it's worth more. So physical copies are just there, and because I got the collector's one, I got all the stickers and bookmarks and other doodads that come with it. I sell it all as a bundle. I make I can already resell it and make my money back if I wanted to. So
that's not bad.
So that's why the resellability is pretty good. That's the argument for having it physical.
That makes sense. You have answered my question, sir.
Indeed. Well, and the other thing is, if you look at things like Marvel and DC, they shot themselves in the foot because when they make comics, they make a lot of comics. And so you might think, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man was great in collector because he went off and made this big company called Image Comics, and he's a big shot right now. But Marvel made so many comics back then, you can still buy them for $5. You can buy them brand new, still in a bag and all that pristine condition, still only worth $5. The value of the comic didn't go up because they made so many copies of it. And when you go on Indiegogo, they only make about as much as you order. They don't really make extras. They can't afford to make extras.
Ah.
So there you go.
So if you want
So
like
yeah,
Captain X from, you know, the whatever small comic book company, you know, issue number 1, there's only like 10 of them, so, you know.
so
it
the
makes
value
more
goes up
sense.
there.
That'll be more valuable because it's like, well, if anybody else wants to see it, it's, you know, they got to deal with 1 of 10 people.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where
it's kind of like when they launched the second X-Men series, and they made all these different copies of the number 1, like with different people, you know, different X-Men on the covers and shit. You know, they sold a fucking ridiculous amount of them, so none of them are worth a goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got all those goddamn things. I got every fucking copy of the fucking different variant covers or whatever, and they ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like one comic I got there were well I didn't get, I wish I did. There was one called Jawbreakers. It was like the start of the whole indie comic revolution, and it's like, well, okay, all right. I was just looking it up right now. Like the first comic was like a good like $300-$400 for the comic, and now the price went down because the reason why it went down was because he's doing another campaign, and it's going to be a combo pack, and he's going to do a reprint of the first volume. So I'm like, okay, so that immediately lowers the value of the comic right now. I'm like, okay. So hopefully this will be the last reprint, because then
Yeah.
values.
Well, but I mean, I can understand the artist. I mean, if people want to keep buying your comic, I mean, why wouldn't you want to keep making the money and selling it?
Well, and that's you're right, and that is good for the artist. I guess that's the thing. I mean, I know that the other big guy was a guy called Ethan Van Sciver. He has a comic called Cyberfrog. I know Satan read it, and he said it's like kind of boring or not very good, which I haven't read it, so he's probably right. But his second comic, it's taken him like 3 to 4 years to make the second comic, and I think part of the problem with that is because he had a few other projects on the go, but also because people just keep donating more and more money, and he's thinking, well, because he's making a lot of money on the campaign for the second issue, so he figures he needs to give people their money's worth, so he's adding more pages. And so he went from like one comic which was like, I don't know, 30 pages, and then volume 2 is going to be like 50 to 60 pages. It's essentially a graphic novel is what he's working on. And it's making the money, so
yeah.
Fucking put that one out and then start another one for the third, you know, make it into a third issue. That seems like the way to go, right?
He could. I mean, we'll see, but it's taken a while. And not only that, like he started another comic called what was it? Oh yeah, Rainbow Brute. And people are really great. I like the idea. The concept is simple. Like if the media keeps taking well beloved characters and they like gender swap them or do whatever else and make characters effeminate or some other nonsense, he figures, well, I'll do the same thing. So he tried to get the rights to Rainbow Bright. Takes like a very girly character, and I thought, I'll just make him. Of course, that didn't work out. So he just said, I'll just make the character anyways. So he made Rainbow Brute, the fucking ugly, short, fucking barbarian who hates unicorns, and yeah.
What is it? Satan says, I like Ethan when he talks about comics. When he talks about anything else, he's an obnoxious douche. And yeah, Cyberfrog is bleh. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just kind of bleh.
Yeah.
I have no idea what any of this is, so I have no opinion.
Fair enough. I mean,
yeah, that Umbrella guy has made a couple comics too, kind of the same way, like a Kickstarter or whatever the fuck. I think they charge like $10 a copy, but it's basically like just to kind of stick it to the comics industry. It's the main reason he's doing it.
Yep.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah,
Umbrella
really
was okay. Season 1, season 2 is and I don't really have high hopes for season 3.
He's talking about that umbrella guy on YouTube. He's part of the comics community. You're thinking.
Okay. I'm thinking Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Okay, my bad.
No, that's all right.
I thought you were doing it jokingly, dude.
No, I don't know who this Umbrella guy is on YouTube, so I have no idea.
He just again put out a couple indie comics, dude. Basically, made a shitload of money.
There we go. I mean, hey, if it makes you money, it makes you money. I don't blame anybody for that.
Yeah. Well, they definitely fucked with him, like the Funimation people. Like he's one of the ones that defended Vic Mignogna, and Johnny Depp and the whole Amber Heard fucking crazy situation.
Which turned out to be 100% the fucking opposite of what everyone was saying with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like, oh, you mean she put him in the hospital several times and she was a terrible person? God, that one was just like, and no one fucking apologized. I didn't hear anybody be like, you know what, man, I'm really sorry that I said all the shit I said about Johnny Depp. He was a victim the whole time. Dude. It was terrible. Not one fucking apology.
It's not even that. They still act like he's the asshole. They still act like that's the truth.
Yeah.
And they still defend Amber.
No, the famous people do. Everyone else in the real world won't go watch her fucking movie anymore, and that's why fucking we'll probably never see another Aquaman. Like,
she's hated that much. Like nobody really has a problem with Jason Momoa or anyone else, but they hate Amber Heard so fucking much that they just will not watch a fucking movie with her in it.
Well, they are still doing Aquaman 2 with Amber Heard, but she's probably not going to have like a big role.
Didn't they already do Aquaman 2? I thought they did a second Aquaman.
Yeah, I think it's already out. Or not out, but I think they've already like essentially finished filming.
No, I'm pretty sure I watched it.
No shit. Yeah, it could be. I haven't paid that much attention to it.
Yeah, with like Manta Ray in it and all that other shit.
No, that's the first one.
Oh, maybe that's the first one. I'm just fucking crazy then. I don't know. I could have sworn I saw the second one.
I think the reason why you're confused is because he was first introduced in Justice League.
Oh, maybe.
So yeah, you might think that's his first one.
Oh, it's in 2022. Okay, yeah. I guess I thought the first one was the second one. Wow.
No, then that's fine. You mean you didn't know?
Yeah. That does not speak well for the second one. No.
Jason,
I'm not going to go pay to see it. I have no interest in it. If it's going to have Amber Heard, why not? Why not skip it? The first one was all right anyway. It wasn't an amazing flick. It was a good movie, but not like...
Yeah, not earth-shattering.
Yeah. Satan and Satire, you cannot attest that I'm crazy. I've never denied that. Have I? Have I denied being fucked up in the head? I'm pretty sure I've always been pretty honest about being fucked up in the head.
Yeah, it would be weird if you didn't.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo. It's why we love you, man.
Hey. I'm going to continue to be weird, do my fucking VR chat karaoke.
Yeah. Continue to let your free flag fly.
Ran into this fucking dude who was just bitching and moaning about his girlfriend, and now she doesn't want to like change or anything. And he feels like she doesn't care, and it's like probably because she doesn't.
Yeah, the odds are.
If the only fucking compromise is you changing shit to make her happy over the last however many years you've been together, and it's never gone the other way, it's never gonna, and she doesn't give a shit. Like you're the convenient guy at this point. You're like the guy who's like,
yeah,
you know,
I guess he'll do.
Yeah, you're the I guess you'll do guy for her.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like my ex, dude. Like, anytime we break up, like, within a week, she's already fucking in another relationship. So, you know, it's obvious you don't mean much to somebody if they're already fucking moving on that quickly.
Yeah.
And it would probably be the same for that dude.
That's what we were all telling him. We're like, look, dude, you just got to move on. She doesn't give a shit. If she liked you at all, she'd be willing to like fucking talk with you about this stuff and figure it out. Time to go get you some Tinder dates and cum all your fucking sorrow into some fucking 20-year-old waitress that looks similar to her.
I suppose you could do that.
Like, bury your sorrow in a 20-year-old brunette, you know? That's what you do.
Your cock and your sorrow. And some dumb 20-something bitch.
Probably better.
Did you just say finger it out? I didn't, but that's a fucking great line. If somebody else did, I don't know.
Finger it out.
Yeah, poor bastard. He sounded real fucking arrogant, though. You know those people that think they can affect everyone else? Like, it's sort of that, the fucking ego of, like, if I don't do this, all these people will be sad and miserable. It's like, you're not that fucking important, dude.
Right.
Fucking get over yourself for a minute here. Step out off that high horse. And realize
dude,
that
like,
this is all you making yourself feel more important because you don't want to accept that you don't fucking matter.
Yeah. Dude, that reminds me of the gang stalking people. The people that think they're being gang stalked or whatever. It's like, who the fuck are you, dude? Yeah, why the fuck would they be coming after you? Like, who the fuck are you that you're that important? Yeah, it's fucking bizarre, dude. Those people are seriously nuts, dude. God damn.
Yeah.
You know, because some of them will start confronting the people that they think are gang stalking them and like fucking talking shit to them, and the other people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh, there was a fucking. There's a clip that gets played every so often in like video compilations of this Asian streamer chick who's walking around New York, and I think she runs into a gang stalker type, paranoid schizophrenic kind of lady. Because the lady just like, oh, are you gonna call the fucking stations? You're gonna fucking call the station, tell them what he did? Oh, why don't you call the fucking station? You call him right now, bitch. And just starts freaking out. And then this other lady's like, just older lady's walking by, just puts her hand gently on the Asian lady's arm, and she's just like, let's just move the fuck on and get away from the crazy bitch. Let's keep walking. Why are you stopped here?
Yeah. You don't need her to explain herself. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. She's like, what did I do to you? What are you talking about? Like, lady, just fucking walk. You don't want to stay here?
Yeah.
This ain't gonna de-escalate. It can only go one way.
It's like, surely you know you didn't do anything to this bitch, and she's just fucking crazy. Just fucking move on.
Yeah, get the fuck out of her proximity. She'll start throwing punches sooner or later. Or she'll just bite you in the fucking face. You never know. Like... But I always thought that kind of seemed like a gang stalker type thing, like, you know, some paranoia over like some sort of secret government agency like videoing her or something.
Yeah, and that shit's fucking like it's hilarious, but it's also like kind of terrifying because like you could just happen to be at the same place as this person a few times, and they're gonna fucking assume you're in on it
and come after you and get super aggressive and. Yeah. It's
like it's funny, fun. Dude. It's funny to watch. I mean, it's sad. It's funny, and again, also terrifying.
Yeah, I was in a Mexican place ordering a burrito one night, and a fucking meth guy came in, and he was clearly spun. Like he definitely been smoking meth within the last couple of minutes.
Right.
He scared the shit out of all the straights in that room, and I'm just the one sitting over there going like, "Oh, I've seen this dozens of fucking times where I work. Like, this is not." He just wants a burrito. Like, settle down and get him his burrito, lady. Come on, it ain't that hard. Of course, I stayed out of it because I just don't care. I'm like, I'm not on the clock. Not my fucking job to deal with this crazy guy right now. Oh, Satan and Satire, you've never seen gang stalking? Gang stalking is this weird internet delusional phenomenon where these people have all convinced themselves that they're being spied on by like government agents. And it's called gang stalking. It's crazy.
Well, I think it was mostly
wildly entertaining, though, dude. Again, it's scary to think about, but it's wildly entertaining, dude, because they're so fucking nuts.
I think it was just because it was gangs, and they think that they're doing things like they're doing hand symbols, like they're tap on their wrist, even though they're not wearing a watch, and they're letting people know that this guy's going to be hanging out anytime soon, or you have time to rob their car when they're in the grocery store or something. They're fucking nuts. They are just crazy people.
And because they all have similar delusional issues, like it's a similar delusional problem at the base of it all, and they've connected via the internet, they've all sort of codified and their mental health issues have all adjusted to be almost the same. So they sort of like they've talked themselves into believing the delusion is the same for all of them.
Yeah, because again, before without the internet, none of these people would meet. But because of it's one of the fucked up things about the internet is these people all manage to fucking hook up with each other and feed into each other's delusions, dude. Yeah, it's pretty fucking nuts, man. Crazy like I said, pretty fucking funny though, dude. But again, you don't want to fucking be at the wrong place too many times, dude. Because again, then you're definitely in on it.
Yeah, you don't want to be on their shit list because they'll come after you. Like that guy who ran over the glow-in-the-dark CIA niggers. Like, there's just two random people were walking down the street. Like, if he actually did that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that fucking I forget his name, Terry something.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if anybody remembers this story in the news, but the lady that glued her vagina shut got 10 years in Spain.
What? Wait, what?
So a while ago, there was a lady in Spain who faked her own kidnapping, like cut herself up with knives, and glued her vagina shut with super glue. In order to level false accusations against her ex-boyfriend.
Wow. That's good. Usually that shit doesn't fucking happen. Usually they get nothing.
Because, number one, he was at his house, and in Spain he lives somewhere where his brother lives. So, like, he's, like, I guess living with his parents, with his family or whatever. And his brother was like, yeah, he was asleep at the house the whole time, so I don't know how the fuck she thinks he kidnapped her. And then they, did more research, because at first the police and the judge and the lawyers were all like, yeah, he's guilty, let's get him. And then the brother was adamant, and they had to do more stuff to prove him wrong, and as they went, they proved that she had made the whole fucking thing up. And did all of it to herself, including the super glue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they. You would think they could think things through better, plan a little better if they're going to do all that. Like, hey, maybe make sure he's not, at his house the whole fucking time with his family.
Yeah.
Well,
and I feel like 10 years is good. But what would his time have been had he gone to prison? I think whatever prison time the person you're making false accusations against in an attempt to put in prison, you should get that amount of time. So if it was 5 years, you were faking it for 5 years, the guy would have gone away for 5 years for what you did, then you should do 5 years. If you're trying to get somebody put away for 20 years and they didn't do anything, you should go away for 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's make it commensurate with the crime.
Well, think about that fucking mattress girl, accused the dude of, raping her or whatever, and it turned out that she was just a crazy stalker bitch that was mad that he wouldn't fuck her anymore. Nothing happened to her. You know what I mean?
Specifically wouldn't fuck her in the ass.
Well, and then looking at the porn she eventually made, like, let's be fair, he had pretty good reason not to want to go back.
Damn. But yeah, most of the time, dude. That's why I'm glad Jesse Smollett got found fucking guilty. Although the sentencing is probably going to be a slap on the wrist. I don't think he's going to fit in the fucking jail time.
I think he should do at least like 4 or 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
How many people he fucked over? Like, how many people were so fucking involved in that like.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it became like this big public thing, the police, just the amount of manpower the police got to throw at it just increases so much quicker.
Yeah.
Since it was fucking... not to see the mattress girl porn. Yeah, you're better off. It's awkward. It's very awkward. It's not as bad. You know what? It's not quite as awkward as Belle Delphine. She's got better rhythm than Belle Delphine.
She at least looks like she's ridden a cock before.
Yeah, that was a lackluster first thing. I don't know if Belle Delphine's put out any more porn. I assume she has. I don't really have any interest in seeing it, but I would hope it's better quality by now.
Probably not.
Because that first stuff, like, it really looked like she'd never blown a dude before. I was like, Jesus, that's a fucking lackluster blowjob. Like, you're supposed to be this big, like, fantasy for everybody. Really bad at giving.
And then when she's riding, when she's riding him, dude, it looked fucking like unnatural. You're like, what the fuck? Have you really never fucking ridden a cock before? What the fuck? Yeah, it all looked very fucking awkward, dude. Like, yeah, it was.
But she still made probably a few $1 million with that first fucking release, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, she was already. Dude, she's making like $2 million a month on fucking on OnlyFans, dude. Yeah, she's already fucking crazy wealthy.
Yeah.
I think everyone who's paying her money should be on a fucking watch list.
Oh, to see like who's gonna bang children. Oh,
yeah, seriously, dude. Because again, does she not look like a fucking? I know she's of age, but she looks like a fucking kid.
Yep.
She looks like an underage kid, dude. So I think all her fucking fans are a bunch of fucking pedos.
Dude, in my 20s, I went out to the beach with me and another guy, and the other guy looked like fucking rough. Like, we both looked rough. We were not like. We did not look like if you found us at a child's party, you wouldn't call the cops. Like, if we walked into like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese, even if we had a kid with us, they might call the police anyway.
Right.
And we were hanging out with this girl who looked, barely 12. She was 23.
I'm sure you look more normal than most of the other guys that are in there. Because let me tell you.
We weren't in Chuck E. Cheese. No, we were at somewhere else. I'm just saying that for an example.
But I'm just saying, thanks to those goddamn Five Nights at Freddy's games, there's so many weirdos going to Chuck E. Cheese now.
Oh, it's like, no.
And yeah, it wouldn't look good.
Well, this was before all that anyway. This is fucking 20 years ago.
Okay, fair enough.
But the girl was 23 and she easily looked 12, 13 years old. Like, it would not be. You would never have guessed she was of age. We were out at the beach smoking weed and getting blasted, and drinking real like heavy, and it was very obvious that we were all really wasted. And it's like me, two other dudes, and this girl who looks like she's 13. And the park ranger was like, well, as long as you're all not camping out here, I'm not going to worry too much. Y'all have a good night. Just make sure you put the fire out with some water so that it's actually out. Don't just bury it. Because then kids can fucking step on it the next day and some of the coals can still be hot. And just left us with like our, giant bottle of vodka and a parent 12-year-old at a fucking beach.
Did he even ask her how old she was?
No, he did not even ask.
Wow. That's fucked up. Because, you walk in on that, you're like, what are these three guys gangbanging this poor little fucking teenage, preteen kid?
And she was of age, but she looked 12 or 13 years old at best.
Yeah. Jesus, I can't believe you would just fucking leave without at least asking, hey, how old are you?
We were all like, Jesus, that's kind of fucking dark. That guy just didn't give a shit. Oh, man.
He probably gave you the secret hand signal, but you don't know what the secret hand signal is for the pedos.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
So you missed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was like glad that we weren't breaking out IDs because it's never a good sign.
Right.
Yeah, when the cops show up and you start breaking out IDs, it's like, oh, shit might go wrong. And the funny thing was, I just walked back from the other side of a rise. I wasn't completely out of his sight line, but it was far off enough in the dark he might not have seen me real good. I was pissing over, like, just out in the middle of the fucking beach, like on the side of a hill. when he came over to talk to everybody. So like I came back from just publicly urinating, very obviously. So I don't think this guy really gave that much of a shit because he probably could have given me a pretty gnarly ticket for that.
It sounds like fucking Officer Barbrady from fucking South Park.
Holy shit!
All right, move along.
Holy shit! Satan's got me one up here easily. He says, dude, we had a girl get sexually assaulted at the bar a few weeks back, and the cops told her to go with the guys that were fucking attacking her in the bar.
What the fuck?
Fucking right? That's insane, dude.
Jesus.
God damn.
Sounds like someone needs to get fired.
That blows my mind. I can see that though. Good old boy Texas cops just don't really give a shit why they're there.
Like, all right, nobody shot. All right.
When they showed up, one of the dudes was forcing her to blow him in the parking lot, and they still told her to go with them.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That's fucking.
Well, at that point, dude, she needs to bite that fucking thing off.
Yeah, no shit.
Jesus. I mean, let's be fair. They probably fucking kill her if she did that at that point. Well, the one guy that still was capable of moving, I have no doubt the guy missing his member would be rolling around in agony and pain on the floor.
You think the cop would have charged her with assault in that situation then?
Probably, yeah. Well, it sounds like she needs to file a lawsuit against the city and some charges. Hopefully she gets a decent lawyer and gets herself some cash out of that, because that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucking
how as a
horrible.
Cop, do you be like, oh, that's the guy that was raping you? You should go with him. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that is fucking unfathomable, dude. Jesus.
Oh, and 3 times on camera, they told the friend of the girl who got left behind, drunk as fuck, drunk as a skunk, and was trying to get them to do something. They just kept telling her to drive home.
Wow. Holy shit.
So how did that end? Did the fucking girl get forced by the police to go with her fucking rapists? I'm genuinely curious. Like, or did somebody fucking step in and be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And call, like, some other cops who maybe have some idea of what the fuck they're doing.
Know how to do the job.
Like, you send us the fucking jokes. Can you get the real police out here?
I'm thinking that guy had to know the dude, right? I mean,
she's forcing
I can't
him to
imagine
blow
any
her.
other scenario.
He's forcing her to blow him, like.
Like, the cop had to be, like, friends with those dudes, or at least know their family or something.
You know what? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was like the fucking, a couple of off-duty cops.
Yeah, because that's fucking nuts.
I mean, I generally fall on the side of the police in a lot of these things, but, like, not when they're doing stuff obviously wrong. Cops are, human. They make fucking mistakes. And some cops are fucking dirty as shit, Like we all know there are some dirty cops out there. I'm sure everybody's dealt with, at least to a greater or lesser extent, at least some dirty police,
Yeah, they definitely exist.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no report was even filed by them. Tab C is investigating it because the cops literally have no record of them even getting a call about it that night. Oh yeah, shit's gonna go down. But I mean, did the chick end up getting forced to go with them, or did she at least get out of the situation? That was the part I was curious about. Was did she end up actually getting just like raped and kidnapped that night with police assistance?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Of course, then again, Satan might not know, because who knows, once everybody leaves that area, it's, not on tape anymore. Or is that one of the guys you had to shoot? Did you have to shoot the cops? Oh, like they've looked into it, and there's absolutely nothing about that night anywhere, and from everything they've seen, no one has seen her. So yeah, she got forced to go with them, essentially.
Wow.
Wow, that's fucking dark. And there's only so much you guys can do. You're just a bunch of people running a fucking bar. It's not like you're, I can imagine you'll ban those dudes. You'd be like, get the fuck out. But, what else can you do? Yeah, you're not fucking Batman. You're not going to your Bat cave and firing up the Bat computer to fucking locate this chick. Although I'm sure if those two guys disappeared in a murder van, no one would be real sad.
Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, the friend showed up and looked for her and they still don't know. Like, she's still looking. That's fucked up. That's
wow. Sad. Holy fuck, dude.
And that's the kind of shit you're never going to see on the fucking news. Like, genuine, real issues with police. Like they'll show all the stuff where the police actually didn't do anything wrong because they want to increase the controversy, want to get people mad at each other and fighting. When you see shit like this, there's actual problems where the police seriously violated every fucking law. You know, like, yeah, that's fucked up. I bet you the guys are like, oh, she's my girlfriend and she's just fucking really drunk and being a bitch right now. And the cop was like, oh, yeah, I beat my wife, too. Don't worry.
Enough said.
Yeah, that's fucked up. See, that's the kind of shit that should be all over the fucking press. Like, that should be making, like, international fucking, or national news, you know? Police send rape victim with rapist never to be seen again. You know, like, that's a fucking headline that you would sell thousands of fucking copies with. Millions. Oh, man. Well, if you ever find out, I would love to hear, you know, the eventual fucking end of that story, good or bad. I'm just, you know, kind of curious now. And didn't you have to shoot somebody? It's a real fucking wild job working at a bar, man.
Right, dude.
I'm sure that's a common occurrence.
Yeah, it is Texas after all.
Sexual assault in the parking lot is probably not a every Friday night thing.
I think he was talking about the shooting.
Oh, the shooting? Okay, I would hope that's not. Yeah, he's just like, it was negligence, incompetence, and fucking malice at every step of the way. They seriously fucked up and no one will talk to us about anything. Yeah. Oh, fair enough, Satan. All right. I don't want to hear anything. I won't say nothing else. Yeah, I don't imagine that stuff happens at bars all that often. If you run a bar, you really don't want the police out there all the time because you don't want to fucking get that reputation. Because I used to go to bars on occasion, and I've never even seen a fight in a bar. I did almost get thrown out of a bar because the fucking chick I was hanging out with kept taking her shirt off. And as weird as it may seem, you can't just fucking hang out in your bra in the fucking street-facing window of the fucking bar. Keep flashing your fucking titties.
Why not, man? That's un-American not to allow that.
They don't really appreciate that when you can just start taking clothes off in the bar. It's like, yo, if you gotta take your jacket off because you're a little warm, all right, but the shirt stays the fuck on. At least if you're, you know, in the window that faces the, like, incredibly trafficked public side of the fucking bar where everybody that walks by and there's a lot of people walking by can see you. Oh, man.
So did she have nice tits, though?
I mean, they were tits. They weren't, like, great or bad. They were just tits. They were all right. They were in a bra, so it wasn't like it was like watching a girl with a bathing suit top. It's not super fucking magical or special to me.
Essentially the same as a bikini. Yeah,
it's like you can go to the beach, you know, in California. You can go to the beach and, you know, in the middle of summer and see chicks in bikinis all the time. It's not really that fucking special.
How many times did you fucking do it, dude?
Oh, Satan, I got all those fights out of the way before I was in fucking junior high. So including having knives pulled on me, sir. Oh, she was just really fucking drunk, yeah. She was the one that tried to convince me that you could start a healthy relationship by cheating on another person.
That's stupid.
Who was she was engaged to some dude to get married, and she'd be hanging out with us at the bar and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's technically possible, but it's incredibly rare that it works out that way.
Yeah. But
like, how do you fucking trust somebody that was willing to cheat on them, you know?
Yeah, I know. Well, I met her boyfriend, plus I just wasn't interested. But, you know, I was like, nah, dude, that's not a healthy relationship. This is going to start by me and you cheating on your fucking boyfriend. I'm not interested.
She's just nuts, basically.
Yeah. I don't know about the bare knuckle fight. I think that's not a bad idea, Satan. But at the very least, everybody needs to get punched in the face. Everybody needs to get punched in the face at least once so that they know, like, how that feels. And have that, like, reality of... if there's a line, and if I cross that line, somebody's going to hit me in the face, and it's going to hurt really bad, and I'm not going to like it. Ooh, I did have one near-death experience, though, that was... me and my friends were climbing along the cliffs at the coast, just climbing down the beach over all the different cliffs and the rocky paths and stuff. And a jump was a little further than I thought, and it was like jumping from a rock to another rock that was chest high when you start. And I didn't quite catch it right. And so I ended up dangling by one hand because one of the fucking rocks in my other hand broke off. Over, I'd say about a 15 to 20 foot drop onto like jagged rocks with the fucking water coming in. Like it was, you know, looking back, it was like a movie at the time. It was like, aha, you know. And that was the first and quickest one-armed pull-up I've ever done in my life. Because as it turns out, certain death makes you a lot stronger when the adrenaline hits. Oh, and I was lucky my other two friends who had made the jump were there to like help pull me up quicker. But yeah, that was pretty terrifying.
If you had fallen, do you think you would have survived?
Is that probably like not? They were pretty sharp rocks, and it was a good like 15 feet between me and the start of the sharp rocks. So I would have had plenty of time to pick up enough that it probably would have stabbed into me. And it was pretty remote. So, I mean, it would have had to have been like a helicopter to come out there. I mean, who knows how long it would have taken them to get me off of the rocks. If they even could when I was still alive. I mean, it would not have worked out well for me. I'd probably be at the very least crippled. And I know for sure when I looked down, it certainly felt like I was going to die. But that's what your 20s are for, doing stupid shit that, you know, almost gets you killed.
Right.
Oh, man.
I had nothing that close. I don't know if you can count driving around on like 6 hits of acid. It's pretty dangerous, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would agree that drunk driving is something you should never do, for the most part.
Yeah, I did it
Guinness World Record
literally hundreds of times.
Oh, man.
But yeah, driving around on acid's fucking scary, dude, because you literally are seeing like at least 2, maybe 3 copies of the fucking road.
Oh, I never had multi-vision on LSD. That's interesting. Then I was going to say it doesn't seem like it would be that dangerous as long as you know, kind of could hold it together a little bit. But
no, there would be like you know, whatever one was actually the road, and then there'd be another one that's slightly off from that.
Oh damn, that's kind of scary.
Like it would start out the same and then kind of veer off. Dude.
Maybe you shouldn't be driving on acid. That's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, that would be the the consensus, dude. Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. Because we did it all the fucking time, dude. You know, you fucking be driving around and shit. I used to have a Ford Ranger, and I had this 3-wheeler. It was what was it? The Honda 250 SX, like one that had like electric start and fucking reverse and all that shit. It was a really nice one, dude. It wasn't super fast, but that fucking thing could climb anything, dude. It has so much fucking whatever climbing ability. But yeah, I used to drive around with that thing in the fucking in the bed of the truck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
so like we'd be
extra.
high on acid, and we'd like drive out to the fucking desert and fucking ride that thing around, dude. Everyone thought we were fucking nuts for doing any of that.
That sounds really fun, though. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah, dude, it's fucking great.
I mean, it's super dangerous, but it just sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I almost got into a 100-mile-an-hour head-on collision. It would have been me T-boning a car. It was T-boning. He turned left right in front of me, and I was doing 100 miles an hour. Easily. Wow. And he'd seen me coming from easily a quarter mile, half a mile away. Because it's a big, fucking long, gentle hill down into the road, and it's just straight. Like, there's nothing else. There's no curves. I wasn't around a corner. There's no bushes or trees obscuring me from his vision. This dude probably wanted to die. Because the speed I was going was very obvious. And very much in excess for where I was. And it was very, like, he just waited there the whole time. I mean, he was at that intersection when I was at the top of the hill, and he was still there when I was coming closer, and I was like, this is getting weird. So I was kind of paying attention to him, but I didn't slow down because I wanted to do 110 in my fucking shitty 86 Saab Turbo. I ended up having to turn left, so he's turning left in front of me. I turned left to go into his lane, and then turn right as hard as I could in power slide, so I didn't just go right into the ditch and just fly off into the fucking field. So I slid around him and then fucking corrected back onto my lane, through his lane. It was pretty terrifying. Of course, at that point in time, I did a lot of really high-speed driving maneuvers like that without people hitting. So I had some practice sliding around corners and shit. I wasn't preparing for that situation knowingly, but yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, no, this is what I've been preparing for this whole time without even knowing it.
Yeah, I was like 18 years old, and I just got an 86 Saab Turbo 900 in 98. So it was only, 13 years old, but it still was, like a fast little car for somebody that age.
Yeah.
I did a lot of passing people on the shoulder of like a 1-lane road.
Dude, I fucking hate people that do that shit, dude. It's so obnoxious.
Well, only hated me for like a half a second because that's all you'd have seen my car for. It's these windy back lane roads, and it's like when you're going so fast, you can't really stop because somebody showed up in front of you around that corner sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be like, well, the shoulder's my part of the road. It was for like a year when I was 18, and then I fucking figured out that, wait, if I just drive like a regular sane person, I'll get there. And I won't, and my friends won't leave fucking like fingerprints in the fucking dash of my car. Oh. Yeah, I was a terrible driver. I should not have been allowed to drive at 18. Jesus fucking Christ, that was bad.
No, that was pretty bad too, but not that. I never fucking did that passing on the right shit, dude, or passing on the shoulder.
I you know what? It was peer pressure. I started hanging out with this dude Jeremy, who at the time had a '69 Dodge Charger that was souped up and really fucking nice. Like he did that car up, everything from the tires to the paint to the engine, everything was perfect. And we would take that car out and he would just do some crazy shit, even making what I did look tame. you know, like spinning around J turns, just all sorts of nuts stuff. And I just started doing the same shit myself.
Damn that peer pressure.
Yeah, it took a lot to really get, 18-year-old Stabby to be like, all right, let's drive like a lunatic. Yeah, I'd never drive like that now, but yeah, that was pretty fucking dumb. Paul Walker, James Dean, I'll take it. I'm nowhere fucking near as cool as Paul Walker or James Dean, though. I think at least those dudes were cool looking. And they didn't take anyone else out, right? Like Paul Walker and the guy that was, they only took themselves out. And same thing with James Dean, right? Like he didn't take anybody with him.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, I mean, good on them. If they're going to cut themselves out of the gene pool, do it well. And then
who's the guy that fucking told him, like James Dean, when he bought that Porsche Spider or whatever? He's like, dude, you're gonna be dead within a week. And he was dead within a week.
Oh, I don't know, but that guy was like secretly like celebrating, like throwing a party, like I'm fucking right, bitch.
I called it. I'm a fucking psychic.
But couldn't say it to anybody because like everybody loved James Dean at that point. And they're all like, oh no. He suffered the consequences of his own actions. How horrible.
He's like, yeah, no, it's really tragic. And he's like, I told him this would happen. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have psychic powers.
Well, I would assume that he probably knew James Dean and knew how James Dean drove and was like, you don't need this car, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you should not have a car this fucking fast.
Yeah. See, now I'm jealous my uncle's got himself one of those really nice fucking European vans that's like super tall and he's got like a bed in the back of it to like sleep in, and I'm like, damn it, that's what I want. Just enough of one so I can go camping on the weekends. I'm not gonna go live in my van. I'm not living the van life. Yeah. But God, it'd be nice to be able to just go camping on the weekend and just sleep in a van and like in a real bed so that you're not like fucking miserable all fucking night. And you still get to enjoy like hanging out in the fucking woods.
I never minded that, dude. Although again, when I have a bed, it's fucking ultra firm. So like I really have no problem sleeping on the ground.
My bed is pretty firm, but it's not that firm. it wouldn't bother my back. And when I was younger, it's not a problem when I was younger. But like my joints now, I'd wake up, all my joints, my knees and my elbows would be all fucking sore, my wrists and my hands. I don't know what it is about sleeping on the floor, but it just makes all my joints hurt. So
that's crazy.
Or sleeping on the floor, sleeping on the ground, same thing.
Yeah.
See, and all I want is, the equivalent of like a futon in the back. One of those fucking like couch beds you fold open just enough that it's not miserable. I'm not gonna go fucking fully plumbing like a bathroom and a shower and a fucking sink. That I don't understand, because like, man, you add all that shit in there, you're adding a ton of fucking weight that the transmission and the engine are now dealing with. Every fucking day you're driving that van. You're just going to wear them out so much faster. Because a lot of these people put in 1,500 pounds of fucking wood and other shit easily, like 1,500, 2,000 pounds. And it's like, yeah, the van can carry a load or tow a load, but it's going to wear out the transmission and the engine pretty quick if you do it every single second of every single day.
Indeed.
And they almost never beef up the suspension.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like if you're going to be constantly, you're constantly carrying that much weight around, dude. You fucking have to.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking in what I want to put in is just a real lightweight, very small cabinet counter. Just enough that I can set up like a camp stove if I don't want to cook outside,
Right,
and then like just a little bit bigger than a twin bed, a little bit longer, a little bit wider than a twin bed because I'm not a 5-year-old. that I can, fold up into a couch or fold out into a bed. That's all I want. I'm not going to do like the putting in insulation and walls and a ceiling with lights that you can use a light switch to turn on and outlets that you can plug in your shit to. Because again, not living in it. It's not the plan. Oh man. But it is fun to see the crazy shit people build in those. Just the wacky stuff they can come up with. What I saw,
they get pretty creative.
I saw an old Suzuki camper van where it's built from the company to be a camper van, like it's actually intended for that. And
right.
They had 2 beds in it. It's with the world's smallest camper. It's literally like of all the RVs, this is the smallest that was ever produced on a main, like actually produced. And it's the sleeping system was 2 small benches. Like little square bench seats in the back that didn't have seat belts, and you would scoot the driver's and the passenger seat all the way forward, and then lean the backrest all the way down so that it was flat, like parallel to the ground, and it would connect with these little stools to make a bed that's just barely like wide enough for a small child and long enough for a small child because it was a Japanese camper van. So it looked maybe like 24 inches wide by like 6 foot in length at the most.
Wow.
And that was the 2 beds in there to sleep in there. And then they also had like you could not sleep on the beds and just treat them like bench seats. And there was like a table that sat in there, so that could be your dinette as well. And then it had a sink that was about the size of a cereal bowl, and I'm just like, why did you even put that in there? It's for brushing your teeth? Like, maybe that's all it's for, like brushing and shaving? Because you're not fitting a pot or a pan or a fucking plate in this motherfucker. It's the size of a cereal bowl. Like, you can't, you're not cleaning your dishes there, so.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, the counter space was, all for the stove, and the stove had like a flap that folded flat in front of it, and that was like the counter when the stove was in use. Because it was so tiny and there was just so little room. Like, I can't remember if it had a bathroom. I think it didn't have a bathroom. It had like one of those, like the emergency camping bathrooms you can buy, where it's like a little tiny toilet with like a little tiny tank in it, and you can kind of just shove it in a cabinet or.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, but it did the roof pop up like the old VW vans do, the Vanagons. When they turned those into campers and the roof would pop up. It had one of those. So the 3 or 4 feet of like, walkway that you had in there, you could, stand all the way up.
That's nice.
See, that would be.
So how long did they produce those for?
I don't know. His was from 1989, and I guess it was really, really popular for several years, like 5 or 6 years, before they made a new model that wasn't as small. It was called the Suzuki Super Carry.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think they had different names for it when it was sold in like other places like Canada and the U.S. But I mean, in the late 80s and the early 90s, that I could see a lot of people being interested in that. That'd be a great little thing to just drive around on the reg, and then like you got to go to a concert for the weekend or something. You can go sleep in that thing, and it wouldn't be terrible. And you and your buddy could go, like, you and your buddy, or you and your girl could go, watch the fucking concert and sleep in that for the night and not have to worry too much. It didn't seem like the kind of thing you would really genuinely want to take for any length of a camping trip, though. Just kind of seemed too small for that. Like, it would just be more frustrating than helpful.
Right.
Like the water tank for it, like the main water tank, all the water in that thing was 15 gallons. So for an RV, that's exceptionally small. Most RVs start out at like 40 or 50 gallon tanks.
Yeah, those things get like what, a half a mile to the gallon.
15 gallon tank of water. That's for the RV. Part of it had a 15 gallon water tank.
Sorry.
And I think most RVs genuinely start at like 40 gallons of water. Even like the really small Class Bs that basically just look like large camper vans.
Right.
Those are like, generally start around 40 or 50 gallon tank at minimum. Usually a little more than that, but
Yeah, it's kind of the base level.
Yeah, 40 is like the bottom of the barrel. Like it would be a small tank for maybe, like, you might get a 40 gallon tank in like one of those trailer tent things. It's like an A-frame trailer tent. I don't know if you've ever seen those. But
yeah, okay. Yeah, the
pop-up one top that pops up, and another one that pops up, and it forms like a little A-frame sort of RV looking thing.
Yeah, kind of pops out to the sides and up.
Pops out to the sides and up, and has the sharp A-frame part. And then those might get you a 40 or 50 gallon tank, or like a truck, the one where you put in like a small truck bed.
Oh, right.
The ones that go on trucks. Yeah. Those are some of those A-frame ones actually have showers and shit in them. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts, man.
It's always interesting to see what they'll cram into some RVs, because some of the luxury ones are a lot of fun to look at, because they'll be like, and here's our marble flooring and like granite countertops.
Like, Jesus, dude, what the fuck's the point?
And if you go back here behind the cabin for the sleeping, there's a small hot tub area, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, how you get a hot tub in a camper? Because you're not going to a campsite, you're going to a fucking RV park with those things for the most part. But those things will have like leather recliners and fucking giant TVs and like fake fireplaces. And then like as soon as they pull in anywhere, the sides just pop out, like both sides just pop out like 6 feet, and it's just like this giant house. It's like, damn.
It's fucking nuts.
I mean, it'd probably be a really nice camping trip, though. You get to go out and like hang out at the RV park with the other rich people and fucking be like, I guess enjoying your fucking marble flooring and granite countertops together. I don't know what those people do. I could never afford to go that. I never afford an RV. I'm never going to be camping in an RV. I gotta say, I like the artwork from this comic that Samaj posted.
Yeah, which one did you post? What was it?
It's from the Frog. Cyberfrog is the first one. I assume the second one is also from Cyberfrog.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like Cyberfrog and some giant lizard, and they're carrying around a bug that they killed.
Ooh. So I guess the story sucks. Or it's just underwhelming.
I never.
Well, no, because they're.
I never
They were
read it.
saying that it wasn't that great. No, I'm basing that on the Satan and whatever saying that it wasn't all that great. Wasn't good, wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was probably like a generic, like post-apocalyptic sort of storyline. Nothing too special.
Cyber Frog.
Cyber Frog.
Wow.
I mean, it has a lot of potential. I mean, it sort of has a Tank Girl vibe to it. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Tank Girl was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Might not be terrible.
And then to be clear, I'm not talking about Tank Girl the movie. Although Tank Girl the movie was all right, I imagine Tank Girl the comic was an entirely different and better thing.
Yeah, if it got made into a movie, you would imagine.
Yeah,
you would hope.
The comic, as far as I know, is a lot more violent than the movie, which would definitely, you know, be better. Because the movie was very cartoonish in the violence, which I assume was because otherwise they couldn't sell it to kids.
Yeah.
And I'm sure their hope was, you know, hey, if this catches on, it's action figures, we could sell tanks, you know, a whole line of toys. Because, you know, Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe and stuff like that, you know, or did G.I. Joe come from a comic? I don't know. I know Ninja Turtles came from comics.
I'm not sure. No, G.I. Joe, I think, were toys from way back. Because my mom told me that they used to have them that were like actual, like more like dolls, like big, almost like dolls and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
only
think that
ever
came out.
watched the show. I don't think I ever got G.I. Joe. I had He-Man figures, a couple of He-Man guys. Yeah. What else did I have? I had a lot of like Nerf stuff. Oh, Transformers. Yeah. I got some Transformers. I used to love Transformers when I was a kid. That was the shit. Like, you could turn it into a car, and then back into a robot, and then back into a car, and then back into a robot because there really wasn't anything else to do with it.
Right. No, I had a bunch of Transformers for sure, dude. I had a bunch of G.I. Joes too, to be honest.
Yeah. And then, did you ever get yourself one of those light brights? You know,
yeah,
dude. You take it and you put the construction paper over it, and you got to poke little pegs in the holes to make pictures.
The different color pegs, and they light up. Yeah,
that was always
I actually really like that. Yeah, that was fun, dude. You can do your own designs if you want. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. You come up with whatever you want. Yeah. Draw like a giant dick. You know, kids will be kids, and if they can, they're gonna draw dicks on things.
It's the American way, dude.
It's...
Or not even American.
It's like if you play in VR chat long enough, anytime there's a room where there's a pen that you can draw in the world with, there sooner or later there's going to be a bunch of dicks like in that world. This is very disapproving cowboy, Nachodamus. But he's not purple. We need purple cowboys. Oh, wasn't there like a part of the movie where the guy drew like just a bunch of dicks and like people were worried about him, like oh no, he's gonna be all fucked up in the head. Like some girl snatched his notebook and took a look and like fainted or something. I don't know. I remember that being in a movie. Oh man, have you seen Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins? Where it's the Scooby-Doo origin story movie.
Dude, it fucking booted me off, dude. The fuck?
Oh, you got kicked out? You were here the whole time according to Discord. That's too bad.
Yeah, no, I was cut
super
out.
Bad. Okay, thanks, Seaton. That makes sense. Oh, I was saying, have you ever seen the Scooby-Doo movie, Scooby-Doo: The Mystery Begins, where it's the live-action Scooby-Doo origin story movie?
I don't believe I have.
It's actually pretty decent. It's not the best movie.
Of course not.
Then I'll post a link if anybody's really wants to punish them. I mean, is interested in watching. There's a link to watch it for free. It's where I watch anime, but for some reason they have all the live action Scooby-Doo movies in there too. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the interesting thing is Shaggy, like the actor, I don't know why, but he just cannot do the Shaggy voice as a high school kid, so it just like it gets really fucking annoying. The rest of the movie's not terrible. There's not a huge amount of like SJW nonsense or anything like that. It just kind of like it's mediocre. It's like an episode of Scooby-Doo. It's all right. It's fun to watch.
All right.
But the guy that does Shaggy's voice is like, it's like me doing Shaggy's voice. It's just not going to work. It's not going to sound like Shaggy. It's like, hi guys, what's going on? And you're like, that's not, dude, you should just stop. Like, just talk normal. Like, give up.
Yeah, you're not pulling it off, buddy. So just fucking don't bother trying.
Mad Metal Man, yes. I mean, I wasn't really celebrating Christmas all that much anyway. I am somewhat debating on getting my brother a comically large chocolate bar for his birthday, though, coming up here in January. I think it'd be funny to buy him like a 10-pound bar of like fucking Ghirardelli chocolate. Because what the fuck would you do with a 10-pound bar of Ghirardelli chocolate? Like, it's so much.
Right. Ingest it over a very long period of time.
I'd probably throw most of it away. I mean, at a certain point, like, how much do you need? Where you're like, it's just gonna.
Oh,
Does it spoil eventually? I would assume it eventually goes bad.
I guess. Although if you froze it, maybe not.
Oh, yeah.
Or kept it refrigerated even. It'd probably take way longer.
I won't have to figure out what to do since I won't have one. That could be my problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw away Ghirardelli chocolate.
I'm sorry, Satan. I'm terrible. 10 pounds of sushi, I'm in. Okay, maybe not 10 pounds of sushi. That's a lot of fucking sushi. Oh man, I really fucking like sushi. Now I want to buy it for dinner. I'm not gonna. Because it costs like $50 or $60 for decent sushi here.
Seems like it should be cheaper if you're that close to the coast.
You would think. Well, plus, you get it delivered to your house. It's like extra fees involved. Oh, he's been watching bad horror movies for Christmas. Poor Mad Metal Man.
Well, that might be what he's into, dude. Might be enjoying it.
No, that's not possible. No, I watched his interview with Pants Ninja and the guy that made Carousel. It was kind of fun. Carousel, I actually do like an occasional horror flick if they're comedy, like the Carousel one is. I'm not a big horror movie fan myself, though.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I enjoy them, but yeah, it's definitely not my favorite genre.
Now, a movie about a carousel horse that gets one too many boogers like wiped on it and goes on a homicidal rampage is fucking great. I'm in for that, but
That sounds pretty interesting, dude.
he says no sympathies for him. It was his own choice. See, you gotta wonder though. Like he says, he watched all the fucking horror movies that are like holiday themed. So there's gonna be a lot of really bad ones in there.
Yeah, fucking A.
Like I'm sure there's some great holiday horror films and some great holiday films. Like Die Hard. That was a great one.
Is that a holiday movie?
Yeah, the whole thing is all about Christmas.
Or
there's like Christmas lights in there, and like one of the guys he ties up, and he's like,
all right,
jingle, jingle bells, motherfucker.
It's just an action movie that happened around Christmas. It's not really a Christmas movie.
Yeah, he wants to go back and see his kids for Christmas. He's at the Christmas party with his ex-wife that he wants to patch things up with. Or his estranged wife. I don't know if they're actually divorced at that point yet in the series of movies.
Okay. I disagree. I would not call that a Christmas movie, dude. But I see your point. I see your point, dude.
Most people would agree with me, sir. I think you'd be on the
most people are wrong.
Stick.
Your opinion is wrong, sir. Your opinion is wrong. Look. It's just like that, dude. What really bugs me is that the last Christmas song. It's kind of the same theory for me. It's like, okay, this is really just a relationship / breakup song, and you said Christmas once or twice. Like it's got really nothing to do with Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
You know what song I'm talking about?
Let's see.
That's not a fucking. It bugs me. It bugs me that they play that song fucking all the time during Christmas, dude.
Yeah, the Sacramento
this is just a breakup song.
The Sacramento Bee polled more than 1,000 people on whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
All right, so it is a debate.
And so the Die Hard won.
Oh yeah, what were the numbers
Die
there?
Hard won top movie out of all the top 10 Christmas movies that they chose. So number 1 was Die Hard. Number 2 was Elf. Number 3 was It's a Wonderful Life. Number 4 was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Number 5 was A Christmas Story. I don't know what holiday is, but Home Alone. Now there's a Christmas movie that's also fun. The original one. I don't know if I'd watch any of the other Home Alone movies. I think there's like 6 or 7 now. Love Actually. I don't think that was a Christmas movie. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Another
the
one
old
that just
animated
happened.
one is number 9, and then White Christmas from 1954 was number 10.
Yeah. Wait. What was the title of this list again? I'm sorry. The best Christmas movies.
Yeah. Best Christmas movies. Die Hard won number 1.
Oh wow.
Elf was number 2. It's a Wonderful Life was 3. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was number 4. A Christmas Story was 5. A movie called Holiday from 1938 was number 6. Home Alone was number 7. Home Alone, I think should be a lot higher on that list. That was a fun Christmas movie. Number 8 was Love Actually, which I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound Christmassy to me. Number 9 was the original animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas, so that was a good one. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I love that shit.
How do you feel about the live action one?
Fuck it. And White Christmas was number 10. It wasn't fucking awful, but it was not a good movie. Let's see.
Did you ever explain why
Silent Night, Deadly Night films? No, that's a bad choice. He saw Krampus movies.
Did they ever
with
explain
no
what the fuck a Grinch was?
No, I don't think they ever did.
Like there's just this one fucking weird animal. All the rest are just normal people.
Yeah. All the other Who's are just normal Who's, and then the Grinch is just like this weird giant green thing. It's like, I wonder why they didn't want to hang out with the angry giant green guy.
Yeah, and a sentient one. It's not like it was a fucking just a beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the same time, Axmas number 1 and number 2 were okay. Jack Frost was entertaining. Oh, Mad Metal Man's with me on the Die Hard is a Christmas movie. He also says Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I agree. I say Gremlins is a great Christmas movie too. I might have to go watch Die Hard and Gremlins.
Are you guys with me that Last Christmas isn't really a Christmas song? Or do you disagree with that as well?
That's the George Michael one? Yeah, I don't know if that's really a Christmas song. I don't like a lot of Christmas songs.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, it's seriously just like a relationship song, and he says, again, happened around Christmas, I guess.
Yeah, well, and then, apparently Tremors is a Christmas, that's one of the movies is a Christmas movie.
Tremors?
Tremors. One of the, like, 2 or 3 was Christmas themed.
So it happened to be Christmas in the desert?
Yeah, I don't know. I only ever watched the first Tremors. I don't think I ever watched the second or the third one.
If I have, I don't remember them. I remember the first one. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. I watched one where the fucking worms, like, turned into little worm guys that had like, legs and popped out of the sand and ran around, and that was pretty dumb.
I don't remember that at all, man.
7 Tremors movies? My fucking God. Oh,
That's
I'm
at least
so tempted to watch six really bad movies now.
Yeah, I kind of do want to check them out now. Just see again how bad they are. Well, they must have fucking sold well. They made 7 of them.
Well, but you know that the guys that were in the first one are probably not anywhere to be seen past like number 2. Like maybe they were in the sequel thinking, the first one sold well enough. Maybe we can get some more here. And then maybe there's just random fucking whoever was willing to show up actors to in the rest of them.
Well, with the couple that had all the guns and shit, it was the dad from Family Ties, right? And Reba McEntire? Am I remember that right?
Yes. Yeah, I doubt they were in like Tremors 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and apparently 7. Jesus.
Yeah. They're probably pretty set by then. Kevin Bacon's certainly not sticking around for 7 of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe, he's got to get that 6 degrees thing, got to keep it going. True. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Oh, wow. So, no, Bert is in all of the fucking Tremors movies. Michael Grossman is the actor.
The dad from Family Ties?
He's in all of them. Michael Grossman, yeah. Damn. I'm getting more and more tempted to watch some more Tremors movies.
Yeah, because that character was pretty badass, dude. That was pretty fun.
That was a lot of fun, yeah. They were like the giant fucking guns, just getting progressively more and more absurdly armed.
Yeah, they just had a fucking arsenal in their fucking basement or whatever.
Super casual about it too. Like, oh yeah, we have a fucking, vehicle-mounted machine gun, of course.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Doesn't everybody?
This is basic safety, man. Yeah, that's the guy that the cops were like, you know what? Maybe we just don't need to serve him any papers or go anywhere near him to arrest him. Like, we'll pass. Well, apparently 4 and 5 were okay and the others were atrocious. Oh, and they kill Bert. Ernie's gonna be so sad.
Why would you kill that character off, dude? That character's fucking rules.
Bert is probably half of what makes the first movie watchable. Bert and his fucking wife.
Yeah, him and Reba.
Yep.
I forgot I had made those English muffin pizzas yesterday. Still a few left. My son asked that. I hadn't made it in forever, and he's like, you know what we haven't had in for a while is, again, the English muffin pizzas. So for his, I had made, obviously, the pepperoni one. And for mine had the pepperoni, artichoke hearts, and jalapenos.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get. It's hard to get the cheese to melt. It was hard to get the cheese to melt, but whatever. It still tasted pretty good.
Well,
although I put way too many.
Eventually give up and put them under the broiler?
Dude, yeah, that's what I do. But because I tried to put the cheese on top of everything, but then like the jalapenos kept sliding off, so I was kind of having to put those, and those ended up on top and shit. So it didn't. Yeah, it was kind of a little too much liquid or something. But yeah, no, they were fucking. Well, the problem was because when I make the English muffin pizzas, I put like 6 or 7 fucking pepperoni slices on each one. And so I kind of did the same with the jalapenos. So like each one had like 6 jalapeno slices on it. So I got through like 2 of them, and I'm like, oh shit, this is a little much. Yeah, it was a bit much, dude. Like 3 tops. 3 probably would have been the most I should have put on there. And even that's kind of pushing it. No, they're so good though. Again, the artichoke hearts and all that, dude. Because I put like essentially a layer of fucking pepperoni, a layer of fucking artichoke hearts, and then again about 5
That's why it's so hard to get the cheese to melt. You like so much toppings on there that it's just like
it's
gotta heat a lot of shit up, man.
Yeah, I didn't really think it through. I mean, it still came out okay. It still fucking really tasted really good, but the cheese did not melt the way you want the cheese to melt.
I would think you definitely want to make sure you toast it prior to cooking it in the oven and topping it, right? Like, yeah.
Well, I toast the English muffins, you mean?
Yeah, you toast the English muffins before you top and sauce them. Okay, good.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, otherwise...
I was thinking, like, man, you gotta do that or they'd be pretty fucking gross and soggy by the end.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. It gets to an acceptable... still gets soggy, obviously, from the sauce and all that, but yeah, no, you toast them pretty goddamn well. And then, under the broiler to fucking melt it. Everything's all pretty much there, so... But yeah, I'll make those every once in a while. For some reason, we hadn't done it for quite a while, though.
Nice.
Indeed.
And I'll make a nice 11 dozen cookies. Because I don't fucking read well, apparently.
It seems like because again, how many? Isn't it normally like 4 dozen per batch? Isn't that the kind of the average? Like 3 or 4 dozen is usually how many an average like a normal recipe.
I got like a little bit more than 2.5 dozen out of the chocolate chip cookies and about the same out of a batch of the molasses crinkles. So I imagine if I hadn't done double batch of the Snickerdoodles, it would have been like maybe 1 or 2 dozen.
All right. I guess it's kind of different for cookie.
Yeah. I mean, they're all really similar fucking recipes, though, so you got to be careful. You got to really be like reading that recipe carefully, making sure you're not adding the wrong amount of sugar because you looked at the molasses crinkle recipe while you were mixing chocolate chip cookie dough or something.
All right.
Because
No, I do mine completely separate because obviously you want to, especially for the For the oatmeal cookies, like you have to use a mixer, dude. Otherwise, you're gonna tear your fucking rotator cuff trying to stir that shit.
Oh, we use a stand mixer. We have a nice little stand mixer, one of those ones where you like flip it up and down, and you got the metal bowl on it.
Yeah. The first few years we did it, we did not have one of those, and me and my son would have to work in like shift to fucking stir that shit because it's basically like cookie dough, and then you add like 6 cups of oats to it.
And then it's like, God, this is never going to stir in. I know exactly what you're talking about, because that's like when you're finishing off a batch of chocolate chip cookies. Like, you already creamed the sugar and the butter together, and that wear out your arm pretty good. And then you fucking add in like the flour, and then you got to add in the fucking chocolate chips at the very end, and you're like, son of a bitch, you know what? The bottom is just going to have less chocolate chips than the top.
Right.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's much,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it mixes it in about 2 minutes. The shit that took us an hour and a half working and shit. Yeah.
Easily. My mom
makes, those things are amazing.
Generally, my mom makes homemade sweet rolls every year. And, it's like yeast dough, and you got to, like, knead it and, fucking let it rise and then knead it and let it rise and shit. And that was the primary reason we got the stand mixers. I bought it for her for Christmas one year, like a couple of weeks early, so she could do all the dough in that. And with that hook in it, you don't have to fucking knead it on the table. You can literally just mix and knead it with that hook for, 5-10 minutes and save yourself hours of fucking extra work.
Yeah. Once we finally did that, we're like, what the fuck were we thinking? If I would have known, I would have bought one of those mixers, dude. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to do that, but yeah, somebody else.
Oh, those things are the best for everything, man. Like, it comes in handy so often.
Like if you're making like your own hamburgers or like mixing up the ground beef and all that in there.
Anything you want to mix, you can mix in one of those things real easy. It's nice. You want to make homemade whipped cream because you don't want to buy that canned shit. You want to like go extra like special for a holiday or something. You throw on the whisk attachment, and you just pour the heavy cream, a little bit of powdered sugar in there, and you just set that thing and walk away for a minute, and you're good.
Yeah, done in fucking minutes. Yeah, that's a great invention.
And I have whipped cream by hand before, like on several occasions, and it is not fun.
Yeah, I could imagine, dude. Or how about meringue? Like, my grandmother would always make lemon meringue pies, fucking, just using a whisk or whatever. Jesus, dude, that's insane.
Yeah. Somebody's complaining they didn't get any gifts, and I'm like, I asked my family specifically not to buy me gifts this year because I don't need any more stuff. I don't have anywhere to put anything. I don't want any more stuff.
In lieu of gifts, just give me cash if you insist on doing something.
No, or a gift card, cash, man. I'm not worried about it. I'm good.
No, I'm the same way. I haven't really given a shit about. Honestly, since I like turned 16 and got a job and was able to buy presents for other people, like I stopped giving a shit about getting gifts.
Yes, I'm perfectly happy to buy stuff for people. If like if they wanted me, I got my brother a Steam gift card so he could buy the game he wanted to play, and then I got my sister she wanted those light strips you put up where you control them with your phone and they can turn different colors and do all that kind of fancy shit.
Oh, right.
She wants to put that up around the edge of her ceiling so she can, have a little more light in her room. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Sure, I'm happy to pick those up. I got my mom a new coffee grinder. Her coffee grinder was starting to break down. But I like to buy things if I can figure out something that's going to be useful for a person, like something you're genuinely going to like improve your day with a little bit, if possible.
Yeah.
Man, Samaj has been jacking off for a really long time now.
Yeah, even for him, dude, he's really going at it.
He's approaching my level of like how long it fucking takes to jack off. It's like, dude, no, you don't want to go down that road. Stop now.
Damn.
Oh, poor bastard. Satan got excited because he saw a wooden basket. I don't know why wooden basket is in quotation marks, but it was Christmas shopping.
All right.
I'm assuming it's code for casket.
All right. Basket, casket, kind of rhymes. All right.
I'm just saying that because because it's dumb and it makes it funny, haha.
Yeah, it might have been autocorrect. You might have typed casket and it corrected the basket.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. Like his phone was like, he didn't see a wooden casket. He got all excited about it, apparently. Like he saw the box and didn't think twice, but then I saw it and it was called a wooden basket. My brain went, oh, a wooden basket. Hey, you know what? Soon you're gonna be making tea and having tea parties, Satan. That's the next step. Doilies. Doilies is the next step down that road. Yeah. Doilies on the back of your chairs and under your teapot.
All kinds of bric-a-brac, dude.
Yeah. What was that music video I saw with Post Malone? Like he did a cover of a song that wasn't terrible, but it was funny because the video for it was like him and his buddy in muumuus, like doing the whole performance in a garage, just like casually hanging out in muumuus. And I'm like, the fuck is he wearing a muumuu for? And then I was like, oh wait, drugs, of course. Like, why did I even have to?
Seems like a great idea if you're constantly high.
Yeah, if you're on a lot of drugs, a muumuu works great. Wait, Satan Satire already has tea parties. I'll be damned because I can't stand tea. I have tried to find tea that is decent my whole life. I can.
Yeah, I never really liked tea,
barely
dude.
tolerate peppermint tea. Peppermint tea with chamomile is like the most I can handle. Anything else, it just tastes like dirty water, and it's like, why the fuck would I drink this?
The only one that I can stomach that actually tastes like tea is the Arizona raspberry iced tea is really good. There's Lipton makes I think it's Lipton. It's one of those tea makers. They make a raspberry iced tea, but it literally doesn't taste like tea at all. Like not even a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I like that one. I like tea that doesn't taste like tea.
Yeah, exactly. Satan says, of course he has tea parties. What else does he do with the taxidermy corpses in his basement? Oh, man.
That checks out.
I used to, when I played Minecraft a long time ago, I used to make tea party rooms underground. So like I would build like this big underground room, and then I would build like fake people having a tea party in there, and then like name them like things of people that I knew and not hide them in public servers. So that if somebody ever found them, they'd be like, "The fuck did I stumble on?" I don't know if anybody ever found one.
I feel like I need to report this to the police. It was always entertaining. I just got back into Minecraft. Maybe I need to make another tea party room in there. Although I'm rapidly falling back out of interest in Minecraft. I probably won't be playing it for more than a couple more weeks. Yeah, I never got into it, dude. My son got into it for a while, but yeah, I never got into Minecraft.
Yeah, it's kind of like Legos for adults. And from where I was, Arizona almost got shut down. Or no, it got shut down for like 18 months because the amount of piss in the product tested at over 10,000 parts.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
So to put that in math that people would understand, Arizona was more than 1% urine.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm not at all surprised, and I'm glad I never drank Arizona tea.
What the dude? That's upsetting, dude.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty gross if you're somebody that drank Arizona tea.
Oh man, I didn't drink it that often, dude. But still, goddamn. Oh, they literally just pissing in the fucking vat
product because they were, I guess, mad at the people that bought the product and made it so they could, have a fucking job.
Yeah, that's bizarre, dude.
Like, I mean, I didn't even approve of the guy I knew who worked at a restaurant spitting in people's food because they were treating the staff like shit. But at least that was direct and only to one guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't spitting in everybody's food. It's just like, well, they're all assholes, so fuck them all. Like, that's somehow worse than if you just do it to one person, because it's like, well, that guy was a douche.
Yeah, it's just directed. It's not directed at humanity at large.
Who had nothing to do with your decision to work in an Arizona factory,
Yeah, no shit.
That'd be like me getting pissed off because my job doesn't pay enough and, like, abusing the clients I work with. It's like, they had nothing to fucking do with my choices in life. The fuck would I be mean to them for?
Maybe just find someplace else to work that doesn't, drive you to want to urinate in the fucking product. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Did anybody get in trouble for that? Anybody get arrested, I would hope? Fuck.
For Arizona, I don't know. But it happened on 2 separate months that they tested it.
Did you ever see the video of the guy that, like, it was at, like, some office or something, and I guess he hated his fucking fellow employees? So, like, he was wearing these fucking, like, pretty fucking short shorts, and he goes up, grabs the little coffee thing, the coffee maker, whatever, pulls that thing out, and just fucking kind of whips his, dick out of, like, the bottom of his shorts.
Out the leg of his shorts? No, I've never seen that, but I can imagine that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy to watch. Now I gotta find that.
Well, I mean, you go into that. There's like there's I don't know how many videos of people just like casually dropping a log out their fucking pant leg in Walmart, like just shitting on the floor.
Jesus, dude. That's so disturbing to me, dude. It feels like the breakdown of society when I see shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, he says he's not sure if they ever figured out exactly who did it so far as he knows. It's just the company that got in trouble. Yeah, I mean, at that point, really, like, how are you figuring out, like, who specifically did it? I'm sure the DNA is destroyed by the time it's in public hands.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to run the factory as normal and throw some video of, like, everything and, like, have people watching all the video and stuff. It's just so weird, man. Like, I don't understand why you would feel the need to piss in a product like that. It's so kind of pathetic. And then, what if the guy's not whipping it out to piss? What if he's pissing in a bottle at home and just, like, sneaking it in to pour into the fucking thing? I don't know. That's fucking crazy, though.
What the fuck? I'm looking at...
Because they got to be mixing that shit up in, like, hundreds of gallons at a time.
Yeah.
It's just not efficient to make it, bottle by bottle. Oh,
they gotta have
locations. Yeah, so there was people peeing in multiple different locations too.
Damn. Goddamn, Arizona Ice Tea treat their fucking workers better, dude.
Man, I hope my seltzer water bottling places are not as pissed off at their customers.
Fuck, now it's gonna fuck with me anytime I'm drinking something now.
Yeah, you ever gonna buy Arizona Iced Tea again, or is it gonna be at least a year or two before you touch another Arizona Iced Tea?
Oh yeah, dude. It's all Monsters and fucking Starbucks double shots from now on, dude.
Because my sister really liked that Arnold Palmer from fucking Arizona, where it's half lemonade and half iced tea.
Yeah.
That's an obvious joke right there. Like, as soon as we're done, somebody else is going to find out about this 1% piss in their fucking Arizona. God damn. Oh, the Kellogg's. What was it? There was the Kellogg strike. The Kellogg cereal. Apparently, that one the workers won. I guess.
Hmm.
Jesus. So the Kellogg strike ended after the workers voted to ratify a new contract. Kellogg's factory workers, over 1,400, were in a strike since October, and this is just like a few days ago that they finally came to a new contract, and it's all increased wages and stuff like that, and more benefits, and more. You can get more raises and work your way up to better pay too. Like, so apparently the strike was effective. Kind of like there was that big fucking protest in India that was effective. So it turns out if you get enough people that they're like, oh shit, we can't lie anymore. Like this thing. So at one place they had to have a shit ton of employees pissing in the vats, and at an entirely different location there was another big ass group of employees pissing in the vats. Yeah, there's a lot of people peeing in the vats. You gotta wonder, like, it kind of makes sense that it would be a lot of people, because like there's no way in the middle of a busy factory you're gonna be able to like pee in the vat of fucking iced tea and nobody would know. So it's gotta be like a group of guys that are all on like the night shift or something, hanging out together and be like, hey, let's take turns peeing in the tea.
Yeah, it's got to be a bunch of dudes all in on it, obviously, and just peeing in giant vats of tea.
That's such a weird fucking choice. I hate my job. I don't get paid enough. I'm gonna pee in the fucking tea. Like, that doesn't even occur to me. I honestly, like, any job I've ever genuinely hated, I just look for another job. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, the gas station was just mind-numbingly fucking awful to work at. So I found somewhere else to work. Like, I didn't pee in the coffee. Jesus. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? The gas station really was only a terrible place to work because of the other people that worked there were so fucking dumb.
All right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like the guy that tried to give me weed, and this is before medical weed. In the gas station that had a contract with the police station in that city. All the police came there to get their cars filled with gas, so the police were in and out of there all fucking day. And it was also like it's at an exit to a freeway, so we have CHP officers stopping by pretty regularly for coffee, and sheriffs as well. Like there's never been a gas station I've been in where I was less concerned about being robbed, because there were so many cops there throughout the day. Like, you'd have to be the dumbest fuck on the planet.
Well, they've already robbed you. It's called taxes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I wasn't worried about a stick-up.
Fair enough.
I can't find the one that I was thinking of, but there are definitely ones of people peeing in coffee pots at fucking offices. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, it's such a weird thing. Oh, no, this was slightly after it had become legal. Either way, it certainly wasn't legal for just him to throw it in a film canister to me in the fucking... right behind the register in front of everybody in the store. That is a weird confluence, that there would be that many people at that many different places peeing in giant vats of tea.
What are you guys talking about? I just got here. What is this peeing and tea thing?
This is not a. Yeah, apparently the Arizona iced tea brand. I don't know if you guys have that up in Canada. Yeah. But apparently the workers, it was discovered that there was roughly 1% urine in the product that was getting out to stores. So apparently, a bunch of employees were pissing in the fucking the tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You guys have that brand up there, the Arizona iced tea?
Yeah, we do. I haven't
Yeah.
had one in a while, so
Well, it's probably a good thing, dude. I assume it's good now, but Jesus, dude. Yeah, I thought that was just again because I live in Arizona. I thought that was just a local brand, and then like when I was in fucking rehab in Florida, they had it there. I'm like, oh shit, all right.
Wasn't Arizona iced tea the tea of the completely innocent kid who bounced the guy's head off the concrete in Florida? You know, he had Arizona iced tea and Skittles in a hoodie.
Oh, Trayvon Martin?
Yeah, and he physically assaulted the guy and started cracking his head on the concrete.
Yeah, it was Zimmerman, right?
Yeah.
The one that shot him?
Trayvon Martin was, and then Zimmerman shot him, yeah.
Okay.
But there was a lot of focus on he only had Arizona iced tea and Skittles, as if that has something to do with an assault, you know, like.
Yeah, what the fuck,
if you
dude?
punch somebody but you have candy in your pocket, it's like you didn't punch them.
Yeah. I get that Zimmerman was fucking annoying and fucking, you know, kind of
he was all hopped up on urine from the fucking tea. Wasn't his fault. Yeah, what was the argument they made for jump kick man? Well, he just kicked it with 1 foot.
It's fucking like I'm amazed at the shit Binger like said and tried to pass off as the truth.
Somebody needs to just kick Binger in the face with 1 foot and then see if he's willing to stand up in front of court like right afterwards and be like, it was just 1 foot, as he's just crying and blood running down his fucking face.
That guy's a fucking scumbag.
Like,
he really is disgusting, dude.
Like half the stuff he said, like why does that make any sense?
Well, that's what bugs me is he knows he's lying. Like, you know what I mean? He knows he's fucking lying. There's no way he believes the shit he's saying. I'm like, dude, he's a prosecutor and he's able to do this. Like, this is fucking scary, dude. It's fucked up.
Yeah, no, the fucking whole Binger thing was, that was just absurd.
He's like, here's my chance to be famous.
So I'm gonna fuck that one up.
I know this kid. This was so fucking obviously self-defense, you know. But I'm gonna try it.
The DA in the Jussie Smollett case was like actively friends with his sister and had told him to keep lying, like giving him legal advice while trying to avoid having to press charges.
Yeah, apparently Michelle Obama called that bitch and told her, "Hey, don't prosecute Smollett." Yeah. Yeah, she had to recuse herself from the case. Basically, well, she wasn't even going to file it, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's a genuine problem when DAs are like, "Oh, we don't want to do this for political reasons." It's like, all right, that's a real fucking issue. Because it's a real fucking binary thing. Somebody committed a crime or they didn't, you know? So if you reasonably suspect that they committed a crime and you have evidence to prove so, you have the obligation to charge them with that crime and prosecute them. It's not really like a judgment call, you know? Judgment call might be on what level of charge you raise. You know, like this guy killed the guy. Was it murder 1? Was it murder 2? Was it manslaughter? You know, like that's a place where you have a little leeway on making a judgment call as to what you go after. But
I'm still
if it was up to Kim Fox, he would never have gotten prosecuted.
I'm still laughing about the whole like with Binger. And he had the gun. He was holding it there in the courtroom, and anyone knew anything. He's like, you don't like he has his finger on the trigger and everything. Like, buddy, you don't know if that thing's loaded or not. It probably isn't, but
yeah. Well, you're supposed to, again, always treat a gun as if it's loaded.
Yeah, and then
he's a fucking idiot, dude.
Even my redneck buddy who, like, you know, likes to go out and drinking and shooting guns doesn't fucking aim the gun at anyone or put his finger on the trigger when it's not, you know, like when he's holding a gun, you know, like he's Even drunk, he's like, nah, this is not good trigger discipline. Like you don't do that. Oh man. I just like some of the ridiculous things that came out of there, like or like what was the chick who got shot because she was actively attempting to stab a girl to death?
Oh yeah.
And the person
I don't know
was
what
like,
they.
it's just a little knife fight between friends. And you're like, the fuck do you mean? Like,
yeah, I'm amazed at that. They're like, so you would have been okay with that bitch just getting stabbed to death and the cop not shooting her. It's fucking, it's lunacy, dude.
yeah. Yeah, that one really got me. Like, what world do you think knife fights are normal, casual, and acceptable?
Yeah, anybody that's working at a fucking national or international news company, yeah, you probably hadn't had a whole lot of that happen in your fucking life. So where is that coming from, dude?
But part of me wishes,
that's ridiculous.
Like a lot of this nonsense has been going on for a couple decades now, and part of me is like, I wish someone would write a book and documenting all the nonsense that's been going on, with like everything from feminism to wokeism,
like a coffee table book of bullshit sayings.
Like
it's just a friendly knife fight.
Yeah,
he only kicked him in the face with one foot.
Yeah, it'd be like the decade of bullshit.
Yeah,
covered Gamergate, Comicsgate, all that shit, dude.
See, in my opinion, the moment you just start attacking a person, you've given up your right to safety.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever their response is, you brought that on yourself. You didn't have a right to attack that person in the first place. They, however, have every right to defend themselves by whatever means they find necessary.
Indeed.
You don't get to just go punch someone in the fucking head. Like, you know, if they end up stabbing you or shooting you, well, you should have punched them in the fucking head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the Rittenhouse case, like, all of that was so obviously justified self-defense, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, I mean, he was the only person who was doing anything decent out there that night.
Yeah, dude.
Putting out fires, cleaning up graffiti, and doing first aid for everybody, regardless of what side they were on. I mean, that was...
Yeah, it's fucked up. Dude, but yeah, Binger would say shit like, you don't get to do this just because, like, no, that's exactly what the law says, motherfucker. Like, why are you as a lawyer...
Whenever you want to, you have the right to go out and do that. That's exactly how it works, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really disturbing.
He was literally saying shit that's contrary to what the law says. Oh, you don't get to do that because they're attacking you. You don't get to just, you don't have, shouldn't die just because, like, dude, like, that's the way the law, you fucking lawyer, dude.
Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't wearing a helmet, and he's extremely lucky he didn't end up getting, like, knocked out and then killed with that fucking skateboard.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's why it's so utterly ridiculous that he even brought the case at all. And it's so obvious it was just for fame and fucking political clout, dude. It's disgusting, dude. He should lose his fucking license.
Well, for that, but also, like, don't forget, like, he tampered with the evidence too.
Yeah, they withheld evidence. They withheld the name of the jump kick guy.
No, not just that, but also, okay, so during the discovery, like, if you ask, like, you have to present all the evidence you have on the opposing side or whatever, and when they sent it off to the to the Rittenhouse lawyers, they had like a drone footage or whatever, and that's like in HD, 4K, whatever. They purposely went out and pixelated it, so that way
they sent it compressed. Yeah.
But then
they sent a compressed version of it.
Yeah, but then when they showed
lower quality.
Yeah, when they showed it to the judge and all that stuff, and I'm like, that's literally tampering with evidence. Like, that alone, that also get you like kicked out.
That's not on the same level as having an actual participant who assaulted and is a witness and could be asked to testify. That's not even on the same level as that. Like, the withholding the guy's name, and that's completely documented that they had him arrested and he knew who he was. So that actually is much bigger, but they're both pretty serious issues.
Yeah, well, there's even again and evidence and testimony of one of the guys. He's like, he asked his witness. He's like, all right, and we didn't ask you to change your testimony, right? He's like, no, you did. Like, dude,
Oh
it's so obvious, dude.
no.
Yeah, because it was basically like what
Wasn't
happened. Because
arm guy the like he was like autistic or some shit, and the guy clearly didn't
yeah, well,
understand how to deal with autistic people.
It wasn't even that guy. It was another guy because the guy went in and he was basically like after they they brought him in for questioning or whatever. He wasn't like a suspect or anything, but he was a witness, and he was basically like after he had gone showed a statement or whatever. He's like, "Is this all true? Do you want to add anything?" And then he's like, "No, that's it." And then he like shows a picture and he's like, okay, of that area, that time or whatever. And he's like, this is this Zeminski guy. And then like he's like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, okay, so do you want to change your testimony now? He's like, why? Because you showed me a picture of the guy and told me it was Zeminski. You want me to fucking, claim that I saw Zeminski there or whatever? Yeah, it was really fucked up, dude. Again, the whole thing, obviously, but yeah, nothing's gonna happen to the dude. It's really fucked up for how blatantly fucking. Ugh. He should be disbarred, man.
The witnesses were just hilarious. Nothing was on
the Groskrantz guy or whatever. Gage Groskrantz, where the fuck his weird name is.
Nothing was on this guy's side.
Yeah.
You almost have to feel sorry for him. You almost have to feel sorry for Binger because he's just like nothing's working for the guy. Like this whole thing is like a career-ending trial. It's such a comedy of errors.
Well, it should have been, but it's not going to be. He's going to be fucking. Again, he's going to benefit from this shit. That's the worst fucking part of it. Not only is he not going to be disbarred like he should be, he's going to benefit from it.
No, Satan is saying just because everyone keeps getting this wrong, Discovery doesn't work that way. Prosecutors don't have to release information in Discovery if it isn't used in court. I don't think that's right. I think they do. If there's evidence that proves the person is not guilty, they do have to make that available.
Yeah, and either way, it was used in court.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that they have to allow whatever evidence, if they find evidence to the contrary of their case, they have to make that available.
Yeah, that video footage was used in court. I think that's what kind of raised the issue was apparently if something was like it was like a reflection off of a mirror or something from a car. You couldn't see it in the compressed video because it wasn't good enough quality.
Oh, I think Stabby went.
All right. I don't know. Are you looking for him up or did he go away from the?
Oh, somebody had knocked me over. Sorry. No, I mean, Satan could be right. I genuinely would have to go look it up. I'd like to have any idea, so I'm going to take his word for it. It wouldn't surprise me that they don't have to, but yeah, I thought if it was relevant to the case, they had to provide all information to the defense, like all evidence.
I could have it wrong. I don't know.
Well, you're Canadian, so it's nothing wrong with you having
it wrong.
That's
true. That's true. Don't listen to me. I don't know nothing.
Well, I mean, just your justice system works drastically different. I wouldn't expect you to have like all the finer details of the American justice system memorized. Yeah, like I wouldn't understand how Canadian justice system works. I mean, come on.
It's getting silly.
Well, we can all be clear. That is a good issue. That is a big issue, though. If that's definitely not fucking cool. Because if the prosecutor knows for a fact the person didn't do it, they need to fucking move on and find the person that did. Like that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, there's all that, and the other thing that's been going on, because this is a much bigger trial. You got that Ghislaine Maxwell thing going on right now, and no coverage. I mean, the judge
fucking bothers the shit out of me because I want to fucking know who was down in fucking Lolita Island. I think the public has a right to know how many child molesters were fucking flying down to Lolita Island to fuck like 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
And part of the thing is, remember, is like, because they keep going over the list of people, and the number. If you ever listen to the news, and when they do talk about it, they always say, "Oh yeah, Trump was on those planes." Yeah, but did he go to the island? Because you have to remember, like Epstein, like big, powerful guy, and people are flying on his planes, all business, whatever. That's one thing, and maybe he did. I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the thing is they don't bring up the fact that Bill Clinton was on those planes like 27 times, and he definitely did go to the island.
there's pictures of him in pools with underage girls, and you can tell it's the island because the island has that fake temple, that
Oh
temple,
yeah, that's
whatever
fucking
it is.
weird ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it looks
no,
like a Muslim fucking mosque or something. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and then
Well, and how
I've
many
seen
girls are fucking, sunk in the fucking bay of the island,
who knows.
How
Well,
many they just jump off the fucking boat like nearby?
there's this guy Luke Rakowski or whatever. He's his YouTube channel's like We Are Change, and there's a video of him. He actually him and another guy got on a boat and they went to Epstein Island after the whole thing was had happened, and then there's footage of them walking around, and they checked out that temple. It's just it's fucking wood. It's paint and it's been painted on. There's nothing inside, as far as I can tell. It's just fucking. It's a hollow structure.
Yeah,
That's fucking bizarre.
Well, and there's so many other bizarre things on the island. Like there are so many like big and small little gargoyle or demon statues all over the place. There's a fucking throne of horns. But if you're rich and I mean, obviously, like why wouldn't you get something that eccentric?
Oh, dude, if I was wealthy, I'd definitely have like the creepy fucking horror movie looking house with like gargoyles and fucking fountains and shit. Make it overgrown so it looks all fucking haunted and shit.
Well, one of the other strange things they found,
100 fucking percent. That'd be so cool. Live
well,
in that scary old house on the fucking hill that nobody wants to go near. Yeah.
Well, and one of the other strange things they found is that it's not a parking lot. It's a place where there's a bunch of vehicles, but they're different types. Like there's an ambulance on the island. There's a fucking, there's a bunch of cars. I think they have a police cruiser. I'm not sure. And I'm like, why is all that there? Why?
They probably used it all in the running of the fucking prostitution ring there. The child prostitution ring.
Could be. Could
like
be.
having the fake cops in the cop car and like the 13-year-old girls pull you over and then you blow you or something, I'm sure, with the handcuffs.
Oh, it's role play kind of shit.
Sure. Or like naughty nurse comes in the ambulance to take care of you kind of thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, that would not be surprising.
Well, I mean, how many kids, this is Epstein's Island. I'm sure he's banged like so many kids that at a certain point it becomes boring and he needs to spice it up.
Well, it might not necessarily be that's all the things that were going on there.
I have no fucking idea. I'm just
part of the other thing we're discovering is that like he has like he's connections with the FBI, and what they would do is that they would actually like politicians and all that, because not everyone knows about Epstein's Island, and so if you get a politician that's like someone that's got some morals and all that, wants to change the system from the inside. And you say, oh, we just want to do a business trip to this island. And, oh, yeah, we have a pool and stuff. And then you take some pictures of him in the pool with some young girls. Not that anything bad happened, but then that's enough to say, oh, yeah,
now
we got
you. Fuck you up.
Blackmail and everything. So you better do what we say. So how many politicians got fooled by this? And it could happen because they also said that there was a big blackmail thing. And remember, when Epstein's Island was raided by the FBI, there was a safe. And they have video and all these various different people, and that just so happened to go missing. Oh, the FBI raided this very sensitive vault.
Yeah,
and
I'm surprised Ghislaine is still alive.
Well, yeah.
She must have some evidence hidden somewhere, and she's like, "Guess what happens if you kill me? This goes."
Maybe.
Yeah, it got a dead band switched for me.
Because she probably realized she couldn't possibly just disappear. Like that's just not going to happen. It's too high profile.
Well, after what happened,
this is the cops that showed up to the bar a few weeks ago that sent the girl who was being raped home with the rapists. Yeah. Probably got trained on Uncle Jeffy Island.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that whole thing is just fucking disturbing. Like nobody seems to care that we've got this giant child prostitution ring that got busted, and we don't want to know who was fucking customers.
Well, remember on the first day of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, a bunch of people stepped down for big corporations. Like the guy in charge of Walmart, the big CEO of Walmart, he stepped down on that same day. What's his name? The Jack Dorsey from Twitter stepped down.
Is that what got Jack Dorsey?
Yeah. Who else? Some other big people stepped down, and yeah. So.
Oh, you can't even say Epstein in fucking chat? Really? They fucking censor that?
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially with everything going on.
God, that's creepy.
Well, I mean, it's all the talk right now because it's all in the news. Well, it's not really in the news. They're trying their best not to talk about it.
Yeah, it's in the media that actually gives information. You know, like like people like fucking, what's his fucking name? The guy that does the Gundam dolls, and he does like little snippets about this and that that are kind of funny.
Yeah, Gundam is literally in his name, and you can't remember it.
It's a Gundam.
Yeah,
it's a Gundam, dude.
It's a Gundam. But like that guy gives you more accurate news than fucking CNN. Like that's how sad is the world at this point, where a guy who's just trying to find shit to make fun of in the news is giving you more accurate information than fucking.
Yeah, or Styx will cover it. Obviously, you know, any independent fucking media guy.
Tim Pool will try to sell you a food bucket. He'd be like, Epstein is terrible, and this is why we should all pay attention. Buy my food bucket.
Oh God, I fucking hate that guy. Yeah, that was fucked up. Because again, this is what there's a lot of reasons I've hated Tim Pool for a long time, but one of the recent things he's done is that basically before he got involved in that food bucket deal, he was basically like, all right, this is not really that big of a deal, guys. It's not really as dangerous as they're saying. He got that food bucket deal, and all of a sudden he was like, guys, you got to prepare, man. It's going to get fucking terrible. You guys got to get, you know what I mean? Because he got paid by how many food buckets got sold.
Yep.
So then he was fucking fear-mongering, dude. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just fucked up, man.
Well, Tim Pool, has been sort of a fucking opportunist.
Yeah, he's a grifter, dude.
Yeah.
You see what happened with that fucking Wigger rapper? Got all pissed at him and fucking like smacked the mic and was like threatening to kick his ass.
No, I didn't, but that's funny. I can't blame him. Yeah. Tim Pool is kind of a smarmy guy. Like he gives off that vibe of like, he seems to have that attitude that he can just say whatever the fuck he wants, no matter how incredibly inappropriate and insulting. And not have to worry about the consequences of it.
Yeah, well, what happened was the dude was like telling him like, "Hey, don't be raising your voice to me, dude." You know what I mean? And then like whatever he was talking about, he was basically telling him not to raise his voice and saying, "I'm not that guy," as in I'm not that guy to be raising your voice to. But he thought he meant like I'm not that guy as in what you're saying that I'm doing or whatever, because he was calling him a racist and shit. He was calling the Wigger fucking rapper a racist. And he thought that's what he was saying. So he's like, you are that guy. You know what I mean? And so the dude got all pissed, dude, and fucking like got up, smacked the mic around.
Well, the rapper guy was saying that Tim Pool's like implied of being a racist because he like defended the police and various other.
Well, no, yeah, Tim Pool was calling him a racist.
Well, yeah, he was calling him that afterwards, but Tim Pool was saying that he's got a white savior complex. He's talking about the guy was talking about how
that guy was a fucking idiot. Dude.
Yeah,
that guy was a fucking idiot too, dude.
Yeah. He was like, black people are so hard done by and all that stuff, and here you are defending the cops. I mean, and he's like, yeah, that's what he gets off with that. And I don't know, I have no idea what he's talking about. That guy thing, like that, like what the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean that guy?
He was basically saying, "Don't fucking raise your voice to me." That's what he meant by that. It was confusing, and I don't know who the fuck talks like that. It's like dumbass fucking wiggers. But that's what he was saying. He was just saying like, You don't talk to me like that. You don't fucking raise your voice to me. Yeah, and Tim Pool obviously misinterpreted that. He thought he meant like, I'm not that guy, like I'm not the racist or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. The guy that gets loud and smacks a microphone, I don't think you got to worry about taking a swing, though. It's the guy who just sort of stops and gets real quiet and says, "You might want to stop that." You know, like, you're gonna want to stop saying that right now. You know, like, gets all serious. That's the guy you might want to worry about, because that guy might just take a swing.
Yeah, because he'll fucking warn you once, and if you keep doing it, he's just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, whereas the guy who's posturing, maybe he's just trying to make himself look bigger.
Yeah, he was trying to fucking act like a fucking tough guy. It's like, dude, you're really not upset about it.
Guys. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what that means. Like, fucking. All right.
He knows.
Although we forget that Samaj is a Tim Pool fan, so we got to be a little understanding, dude.
Not a Tim Pool fan. Sympathetic. He's just one of the few people who talks about this nonsense. And he'll let people on.
And all of those guys that have yet to be fucking. All right, we have gone philosophical in the chat now. Schrodinger's Samaj. And we open the box. Will it be a Canadian?
I am the guy before the guy has become a guy.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Tim Pool's one of those wacky guys I don't put a lot of faith in.
Nor should you.
There was like a very brief window for like a month where he seemed reasonable, but I think that was just because he hadn't found his next scam yet.
Yeah, like I said, the thing that happened on the Rogan show, I think he realized what was going on, and that's why he's like, I'm going to make myself look good by saying, no, I'm not going to turn this guy in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just seems incredibly fucking phony, dude.
Was, what's his name? That Russell Brand. Like, Russell Brand is almost like, he's not quite like Tim Pool, because he's not selling shit. Other than like, hey, I'm going to be over here if y'all want to see my show at this date at this time.
Right.
All of his news is extremely like eye-catching, like fear-mongering kind of news.
Yeah, he's definitely likes to sensationalize shit, dude.
I mean,
I still love him when he was on that.
He's not
on that
being
show
honest
with that.
about it.
Yeah. So he seems at least genuine in this fucking
better
bullshit.
than CNN. Like, you're gonna get more information from Russell Brand than from CNN.
Yeah. Dude, did I ever send you that clip of him making that bitch from MSNBC incredibly uncomfortable?
Of Russell Brand doing that? I'm so shocked. How could he possibly make somebody uncomfortable?
Yeah, it was that fucking ice cream bitch, the one that's married to Scarborough. Mika Brzezinski or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's close. I don't know if that is exactly her name, but it's something close to that. But yeah, it's funny because
Russell Brand making anybody extremely uncomfortable. He's very funny, but at the same time, like, I don't think I'd want to hang out with that dude.
But yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious because all the other people are loving it because she's obviously an ice queen who fucking lords it over all the people around her. You know what I mean? Like the star of the show or whatever. She's obviously a huge fucking cunt and obviously used to being in control. So it's really funny to watch her fucking be so fucked up.
It's like over, and he's not really class clown on, and you want to interview him on your TV show. You've given up control. Like Russell Brand is a class clown guy. He's gonna show up and he's gonna own the fuck out of anybody. Because he's really good at being that kid that fucking gets up and fucking makes the class piss themselves laughing. And that's what he loves doing. And he's good at doing it.
Yeah. Dude, you know who else was really great at that kind of thing? Who's unfortunately passed away. It was fucking Norm Macdonald. Oh. Like, dude, he would really fuck with people. Dude, there was one he was interviewing, I think it was like in Chicago or something, and this chick was just not getting what was going on, I guess, and she's like, well, you got a real stream of consciousness thing going. And he's like, yeah, it's called conversation.
Oh shit!
He's like, I don't know why you keep saying stream of consciousness, because she said it like twice, dude. And he's like, it's just conversation, dude. What the hell are you talking about?
That's how conversation works.
Right?
Preferably.
I guess because that segment wasn't scripted. You know what I mean? That they were actually just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Norm.
So fucking Satan, that was a good one. All right. He says, yeah, Russell Brand is better than CNN, but that bar is lower than Eugenia Cooney's laying down flat.
Damn, dude.
God, I feel so bad for that Eugenia Cooney. She seems like a genuinely nice person. Like, she just clearly has, like, the worst eating disorder. And for, like, a hot minute, she was getting better. Like, she was putting on weight and getting a little, like, more healthy looking. And then it seems like she just went right back to fucking skeleton zone.
Yeah, that shit's fucking gross, dude. I don't get how anybody finds that shit attractive, dude.
I saw a clip online of her having a slip where it showed her vagina. And it was really kind of gnarly, man. It just not look right.
A malnourished vagina, dude. That does sound
all
disgusting.
Stretchy looking. It does not look perfect.
It creeped me out, dude. But yeah, no. That's another fucking internet problem. Kind of like the gang stalking is the pro-Ana people that are basically all anorexic. Yeah. Because they're basically like, no, they're just jealous of how skinny you are. Keep going and not eating.
Yeah, they have Thinspiration. You look up Thinspiration for fucking pictures. You wanna fucking have a dark night.
Yeah, if you can see the fucking outline prominently of your fucking thigh bone, you're way too fucking skinny.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking disgusting. See how
the hip bone is connected to the thigh bone.
Yeah. Like, pronounced, like, not even just like, oh, I can kind of see the outline. Like, dude, you can see it, dude.
I'm pretty sure I could just reach in there and just disconnect them. Like, your skin is stretched far enough. Hold on.
Like, I could probably rip your fucking leg off. Literally. Like, I'm the fucking Hulk.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know. It's better. You don't want to rip people's legs off. That'll get you in a lot more trouble. You just want to hit the biggest guy with the littlest guy in the fight. You know? Just pick up the little guy and use him to punch the big guy a couple of times. It's so out there, no one would ever believe you did it. You know, they'll bring that one into court to be like, well, he hit this guy with this other guy, so technically he's evidence and a witness. The judge will be like, all right, nice try.
Put a tag on him.
Yeah, I think they laugh you out of court.
Right. Be a nice effort. Good A for effort, though.
Yeah. Although I've seen one video where, like, the cops arrested some guy, and he's clearly unruly because they just picked his ass up and carried it between two cops. So, like, his feet are just dangling like a foot off the ground as the cops are carrying him to the car. And he just looks so fucking unhappy.
Damn, dude.
You're like, you know the cops don't want to do that. Like, that's more work than they're interested in doing. Like, you had to be real fucking unruly for them to physically carry you to the car. Because I have seen the police go to great lengths on those episodes of, like, Cops and this, that, and the other thing where they're the same show with a different name. You know, like, they've done a bunch of spin-off kind of things.
Yeah. Where they show all kinds of restraint. They don't want to pick you
up and carry you anywhere. They want you to walk of your own fucking accord.
Yeah, especially when the cameras are there.
So this is just let her do what she wants. If she dies, she dies. Yeah, I ain't like going to fucking Eugenia Cooney's channel and leaving like all these comments like you're so unhealthy. Let me help you. I just feel bad for her because it's like it's kind of sad to watch.
Yeah, because you know where it's most likely to end up, dude.
Yeah.
You know she's most likely going to die from this shit.
Oh yeah, in like probably the next couple of years, probably like less than 10 years, if that.
Yeah,
it's really bad for your heart.
What,
maybe
the Atkins
maybe I
diet?
give more of a shit because I work at a mental health facility, so I've dealt with a lot of people that had like eating disorders and stuff. So kind of like I've seen people struggling with that on several occasions. Then other people need to stop putting her shit on their videos and talking about her. I don't actively seek out Eugenia Cooney's channel. I don't think I've watched any videos of her, and God, I don't know. When was the last time she was relevant?
It's been a couple of years now, right? 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, whenever other people talk about her and I catch it on like a podcast or something, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, Eugenia Cooney. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, well, didn't all those fucking like those makeup assholes and like Shane Dawson make a big fucking deal about it?
I
can't remember exactly what happened
about it. Yeah, a bunch of people trying to get involved.
Yeah, obviously just for their own benefit and don't really give a shit about her.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, definitely for views. Well, that's like those charity things. We did this charity prank where we bought 1,000 pizzas for a homeless shelter. It's like, oh, fuck off. You know? There was one story about one where the guy was tried to pretend to give kids like a really nice like iPad or something or phone or whatever, and like after they stopped filming, he would just take it back, right? So they filmed him giving it to a bunch of people, and one mom was like, "No, you just gave it to him. You don't get to take it back. That's his now."
Yeah, good for her.
Not only is that his, you have video evidence proving you gave it to him.
Yeah, you want to call the cops?
I
film your footage.
I think he did, and the police said the same shit. Like, no, you can't give somebody something like that and then take it back like 2 minutes later with the cameras off. That's not how that works. Yeah. You just gave that child an iPad. Go get another iPad somewhere because you can't have his.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? That's some evil shit, dude.
Yeah, it was like a cell phone. It was like one of the newer cell phones or an iPad or something, and like that. It was just kind of funny because it was clearly like this dude was doing it for like a YouTube thing, and I guess somebody else caught some of it on film and outed him.
Yeah, I remember. I forget who the fuck it was, but some dude I think was saying he was going to give away like some ridiculous amount of iPhones. Like he had like I think like a pickup truck, like the bed full of fucking the newest iPhone or whatever, and then apparently gave like almost none away.
Oh, did he sell them all, or were they just all fake boxes or something?
I think they might have just been boxes.
Yeah, probably just boxes.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what happened, but apparently, yeah, he never really gave. I don't know if he just never gave any of them away or only gave a few away.
Yeah. Well,
I want to say the name of the review
also done the cryptocurrency dodge too. You know, where they like start a cryptocurrency or get in on somebody else's cryptocurrency and like advertise it real heavily for like a couple of months after they've bought into it, and then sell off when they think it's reached its peak value, so that the person who's doing the advertising makes a bunch of money, but then everybody else gets fucked as soon as they sell off.
Yeah, because then the price crashes down to
they falsely
nothing.
Inflate these cryptocurrencies and then make a big chunk of change out of it. Usually like a few $100,000. And it's really common amongst a lot of the YouTubers. Like what's the guy that filmed the fucking corpse hanging in fucking Japan when he found the suicide?
Oh yeah, was it Jake Paul or? Wait, one of the Pauls.
Or Logan
Jake
Paul?
Yeah.
Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
Yeah, it was Jake and Logan. I think it was Jake.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Jake, but actually I'm not sure I have anything.
Dude, it was
definitely one of those
YouTube did not ban him for that. That's fucking disturbing. This motherfucker thought it was acceptable to like film a suicide, like a fresh suicide that was still twitching apparently, and fucking put it on like a YouTube thing, and what that they supposedly is for kids, you know?
Yeah. He's just fucking disgusting. Is he the one that boxes, or is that his brother?
Yeah, one of them got in a fight with the boxer. That's right. I forgot.
No, they've been doing bouts.
The public fight, yeah, the bout, yeah.
Yeah,
so I realized after I said got in a fight with, it was that wasn't like just a street fight.
Yeah, he's had like 5 or 6 now. He fought fucking Floyd Mayweather Jr., dude.
How many people did he pay to lose?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. almost certainly. He paid him not to knock him out, I'm sure. Because I think, if I remember correctly, like there was a point in the fight where Mayweather actually accidentally caught him good, and he actually held him up so he wouldn't fucking get knocked down.
I'm sure most average fighters would probably be able to knock him the fuck out. You know, like
yeah. Mayweather's like one of the best ever.
Mayweather is not even a question. Like it's just how long does Mayweather wait before he does it for fun? You know.
Yeah, it's very obvious that this fight is for show. Now the Tyron Woodley one, because I think he's fought that dude twice and he knocked him out this time. That might be genuine. Like some of them might be genuine, dude. But the Mayweather one would definitely.
I'll just sit back and wait, because sooner or later, one of those guys is just going to be like, "Yeah, I'll lose some money, but pow!" and just knock him right the fuck out. Like just lay him out hard. Because you can't, there's no safe word in a public fight, I don't think. Or can you just give up? I think you could just give up, can't you? But if you hit him hard enough and quick enough, he'll be out before he can quit.
Before they throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Someone's going to realize that if they want to make their name off of that, all they got to do is just put him on the ground hard.
Although it was kind of ridiculous for, I don't know if you know who, goddamn, I can't think of the bitch's name, dude. The black chick that used to be on ESPN, dude. The race baiting fucking cunt.
Candace
Damn
Owen?
it.
There's only one?
Is it Candace Owen?
No, the one that used to be on ESPN, dude. She's like, fuck, dude. Somebody's got to know the fucking name, dude. But anyways, like he went on their show after he beat some dude up who happened to be black that he fought, and they're like, "So is it racist for you to beat that guy up like that?" And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He's like, "No, seriously, is it racist?" And he's like, "Why are you asking me that? It was a fight. I won. That's it." God damn, it's bugging me that I can't think of that bitch's name, dude. But yeah, she's one that like literally anything that happens, she's talking about fucking how it's racist and shit. Damn it. It's really bugging me now.
I'm sure there's just multiple people that fit that set of circumstances. I don't think you could narrow it down to just one without more information.
Yeah, no, it's well, not all of them work for ESPN though.
Oh, true.
That's something that narrows it down. Who's her fucking buddy? I can remember her buddy, but I can't remember her name.
That's okay. You'll figure it out. So, Spider-Man, great movie. I wouldn't know. I'm not allowed to see it.
Nobody in chat knows either. Fuck.
I think there's only like a couple.
Jamel Hill. Jamel Hill's her name, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a fucking she actually got fired from ESPN, which is for being too racist, basically, which is amazing nowadays because ESPN is super fucking woke. Yeah, she's a fucking disgusting fucking human being, dude.
Yeah, well, dude, there's no shortage of those out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is what they asked her. Is it racist to knock out a black man in a publicly sanctioned fight that both fighters agreed to?
So, the obvious answer there is no, that would be racist if you weren't allowed to, but... Yeah, I think he basically cut out on him. He's like, fuck you bitches. Because they literally asked it, and he's like, why are you playing with me like that? Like, thinking they're just joking and fucking with him. But then they, ask it again, no, so is it racist to knock out a black guy? It's like, no, it's a fight. Like, you fucking bitches are making me defend Jake Paul. Fuck you for that. Yeah. Oh, apparently there's 3 professional boxers that have quit during a fight, and all 3 of their careers ended the same night. That was the end of their careers. One guy apparently knew that the guy had fixed his gloves. Yeah, that's too bad. So the thing is, if you think the guy fixed his gloves, take a fucking dive. Take a dive and then sue it later. You know, find some evidence if you can.
Well, no, I think the guy. There was one guy where we had a bunch of the padding taken out of the gloves. I think the other dude actually died.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the other dude actually fucking died.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people who did boxing for a long time who ended up like real fucked in the head. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, naturally. Well, Muhammad Ali, most famously.
Yeah.
You know, he was obviously fucked up from taking too many hits, dude, and fighting for way too long.
Tyson didn't ever seem particularly normal, but that might have just been him to start with, too. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he didn't really get his ass kicked all that often either. You know what I mean?
He was definitely the one doing the ass beating most of the time.
Yeah.
I gotta call it though, guys.
Shit! It's 7:30, dude.
I want to go get my dinner while it's still hot.
Right on, yeah. Yeah, I realized I hadn't eaten either, and I had to snack earlier, but I need to get something to eat too. So,
well,
bye, everybody. Bye bye.